Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Insiders.
What's going on, Paul? How we doing this evening, sir?
We're doing great. We're doing great. I'm loving I see brand new lighting. I hear great audio.
Oh, Paul, I was actually had a moment last week. There was quite a bit of negative feedback, and I'm like, I take that, all right. But what actually made me kind of get like a little bit of a feel in the chest, there were a lot of guys on here, and I'm not going to call them all out, but there are a lot of guys on here with channels and stuff. They're like, hey, man, check out this light. Like, I think you'll like this light. Hey, man, check out, like, for your streaming, check out, one of these cards, or, hey, don't forget, you might want to grab this. You might want to grab that. And I was like, for a split second, I'm like, man, I feel like I'm part of the community. Now everyone, and then immediately everyone went back and was like, okay, MSRPs are off and Kevin's the evil villain again. But for one split second, I was like, man, these are my people. I felt so good. So for all those people who shot out a suggestion and were being constructive and all that, even the people who were just giving feedback, because I watched the recording, like some of it obviously could level up. But appreciate it all, man. Appreciate it all. We're gonna get this thing going someday, right?
We're working on it. We're only I think this is our 17th episode, which sounds like a lot, but not when you compare it to what like a lot of these guys have done, where they're into the hundreds.
Like the people we're talking to every week who have thousands of subs and have been doing this for years. But yeah. Let's jump in. Who we got in the chat so far?
Yeah,
tonight,
I'm not going to bring them all up, but we got Josh McKinley is here. He's ready to talk about Iconic, I believe. Tim York, Dr. Torque is here. Biggie D, as always, good seeing you again. Sir. Mega Cami is here. Great to see you. I think we're also going to be talking about Iconic and maybe Alice. Yep. Burnt Orange Arcade. Burnt Orange is somebody I want to get on the show one of these days. Once get his setup going. But he had some cool videos, some basic fun stuff we were talking about. Jay Pace is here. Good to see you, sir. As always, Arcade One Up Official is here and ready to talk about
Hubert. It's here, confirmed. Just kidding.
First of the night.
Trolling us already.
Everyone, take your screenshots.
Trolling us already.
But of course, Jay Pace has to follow that by
Spy Hunter. I'm shocked. I had no idea. Jay,
we got out of our system though. We had to do that. just get it all out. Jim the Pacers fan is here.
That's right.
Awesome to see you. Tom Ball, great to see you. Stupid Fat Hobbit is also here.
Love it.
Alan Arcade. Detroit Love is here and maybe also here. See what I mean in a moment. Duck 3 Dog, Provolone Joe, good to see you. Mr. Murph Dog. All right, well, without too much further ado, thank you everyone for being here. We kind of just wanted to chat with some folks in the community tonight, talk about some of the stuff that's been coming out and people are experiencing in videos and their own home arcades, some stuff with Wonderland, some stuff with Iconic. We just have stuff to talk about.
It's been getting busy. It's been exciting to talk about new things and hear about it and hear the perspective. So I hope you invited good people this week, Paul, because usually it's just you and me and we're terrible.
I can't say we're going to level up anything, but folks like this gentleman certainly will.
What up, YouTube?
Detroit Love is in the house.
Love. Beautiful. Man, thanks for joining us.
Hey, man, always a pleasure, man. I love talking about this stuff, so
we're happy to have you here, especially because you've been instrumental in, especially on the Wonderland side of things, in the Facebook group and everything else. So I can't wait to talk to you about that. And I know Kevin's got some updates and other information about what's going on with Wonderland. And we might have some other folks joining us as we discuss tonight. We've got some people that they have some stuff going on, but they might be able to drop in and out, and we'll just see how it goes. And we'll just kind of roll with it.
Yeah. So Wonderland, it's been a little bit of a adventurous launch, I would say, right off the bat, Paul. That's probably the optimistic word we would call it. All joking aside, for anybody who was in the pre-order camp, anybody who was in the Kickstarter camp, we are absolutely tracking the concerns. Right, we're hearing that it definitely wasn't the rollout on our end. Do want to make sure people are aware As far as where does the fault lie in some of these issues? Who do I got to get mad at? I can tell you the brand did nothing wrong. All right, so it is their rollout and all that, but they've been very responsive. They've been doing what they need to do. None of the issues that we've seen are through any fault of them. So let's just be careful. Where we're judging people and who we're blaming. Just wanted to throw that piece out there. Kind of one of the big updates I wanted to give. So pre-orders. I know there was the Kickstarter and the pre-orders. We have received all the pre-order orders from the brand. And those have been ingested in our system. I expect all of them to ship out before this weekend. So if you ordered through the Wonderland Amusement website, you're like, hey, where the hell is my pre-order? I'm seeing this thing on eBay. I'm seeing that. I got you. It's going out. For people in the Kickstarter camp, that was a little messier. We've had some issues where people received, 2 of one of the boxes, just one of the other boxes. To try and speed up the resolution, I talked to the brand, and the item that I ordered for the majority of the Kickstarters is physically the same item. So if whether it's box A or box B, it is the same item. So what we kind of offered to do with the brand to try to speed up that resolution for Kickstarters is, rather than waiting for double shipments and things to come back and then get reshipped out, we're just going to ship out the product that we ordered in its place, and we'll figure it out with the brand on the back end. So that we've got kind of a timeline of getting that done by this weekend as well, to get those all processed and things like that. So if you're kind of in that boat still, I know there's a small handful. That's the resolution we're giving out. We're working with the brand. We want to make sure that all those Kickstarters get rolling as fast as possible.
Nice.
The only other thing is, and I've said this on the record, Paul, and this is just a pet peeve, I do not set MSRPs ever. These are system generated numbers. If you guys tell me an MSRP exists on my product and you think it's bull crap, literally as soon as Paul texts me and says, uh-oh, Kevin, MSRPs again, I go and delete that shit immediately because I don't want any false advertising. So don't think I'm out here. I have to click through way too many screens to get to the MSRP. I don't give a shit about it. So let me know when you see one that's bad, and I will go delete it immediately. But for the love of all that is good and holy, I am not out here trying to screw you guys on MSRPs. I promise you that.
My favorite is when it seems like people think that you are Spreetail, not like you work
It's
for
just me.
Spreetail.
It's just me. I've got a storage unit out back.
Like you've got a very specific role in this huge multi-billion-dollar company, but they're thinking like, oh well, he sets the MSRPs, he handles my personal shipping box, and he's also tech
Yes.
support, and so
Yes.
it's I get that because you're sort of a public face, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, when an MSRP goes live and you didn't even know about it, but instantly people are like, what's this guy doing?
I'm not going to brush it off. I mean, they're my accounts, they're my brands. You know what I mean? Like I can go in and grab all these things. So if anyone ever sees something squirrely, just let me know. Like I'll go get it squared away. And I mean, the buck stops with me ultimately with these accounts. So I can't really blame anybody else, but it just cracks me up.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I saw that one, the 21.99, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was optimistic.
Whose algorithm is that? Like, I've seen it go like 60% higher or something. I'm like, oh, we're going all the way up there.
Did you see that, Carl? Did you see when that popped up?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think? You're probably like, what the?
This guy's smoking something.
No, I mean, again, I get where people's concern was with that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, your price was right. You know what I mean? And so I get what they're saying. Well, it's making people think. And again, I haven't watched any videos. I did see some of the pop-ups. I saw some of the titles out there in my feed. But I haven't watched any of the videos. But I've been sharing because I run the Wonderland Facebook group. We just hit over 300, and we've been there for a year.
Nice.
So it's our
Nice.
1-year anniversary. So I've just been enjoying all the fun things, but I've been sharing because people are like, hey, how do I get it? Oh, I hear it's cheaper than on the brand's website, right? Where can I get them? So I was providing links. So as I'm getting those links, I see those things. Oh, what? This one. But the price is still the same, and the price is still cheaper than from the brand directly. So that's a good thing. But I get people's concerns, like, why is they saying this? It was with this price and now it's on sale at this price. So you have the connection to the webs to the community through these type of mediums. So you heard it, you corrected it. That's all you can do about it when you hear about those type of things. So
That's all we can do. I mean, we're all here to have a good time. I don't want anyone to have a bad experience and be like, oh man, I thought I was getting a deal and I wasn't. So to me, it's obviously a little bit of a nuisance because I literally never look at it. But anytime someone sees that, like, just let me know. Let me know. There's
and,
no intention to scam anybody here.
And just like Peter, like John D, when you're the face of anything, you're going to get the slaps, you're going to get the pie in the face. So that kind of comes with the territory. So, you brush it off, you make adjustments, you know what I mean? That's all you can do as a human being, as a person in any company is adjust, keep adjusting and keep moving forward. Um, and like I said, with Wonderland, the excitement is out there. So I get why people are like, "Hey, where's my order? I want this. I
Yeah.
want it." They're seeing all the excitement in the groups, people getting them, doing their build videos, doing their mods. Right? Everybody's like, "Let me put a pocket watch over in this corner. Let me get flipper covers. Let me find little teapots to put around." I mean, they're just about
Yeah.
anything you can
They're
think
like
of, from
painting
lights.
parts and
Yeah,
doing all kinds of stuff.
painting the little leaves and the vines on the bumpers. They're just having a ball with it. It's very little issues that people have had. Very few damaged parts and missing boxes. So the launch of this thing has been incredible. I'm sure Wonderland Amusements is just thrilled, even though they've had the challenges with the communications. And people don't get it. It's like they're excited. You keep sending 6 or 7 emails about the same thing. You're kind of becoming the part of the problem that you're complaining about. It's like, why aren't they responding to me? Well, because they're responding to 12 responses from
Yeah.
everybody. You know what I mean? So everybody has a part in this. But with all that being said, a lot of these things could have been done better. But again, at the end of the day, people are receiving their products, they're enjoying their products, and they're looking for the next product of what these guys are going to
Oh
produce.
yeah.
And I can't wait to see what they do, and hopefully some competition comes out some other places, unexpected people come into this market, because they're proving one thing for certain, is that there's a market for the $1,000 mechanical pinballs tables.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's a great product. The initial reviews seem pretty positive. I think there's a little bit of a learning curve. On the troubleshooting piece, the guys who've been doing the 3/4 arcades, they know these things in and out. They've been using them for years, and now it's like, all right, guys, how do we, you know, fix up the 3/4 scale pinball machines? What issues do we run into? And you don't want to see anyone have an issue, but that's kind of part of the hobby, right? If you fix up old cars, sometimes you got to get in and fix something on your car. Same with pinball machines, whether you're ordering a 3/4 scale pinball machine or a full size pinball machine. At some point, you're going to have that thing opened up. Like
Right.
it's guaranteed. Like, actually, you're getting the authentic experience if you get to open up your pinball machine and fix something, because that's
Yeah.
just part of the secret sauce right
Yeah, and that's the
there.
beauty of this concept. I mean, most people get it, and it's 2 pieces. One's folded down right, and they're just lifting up, and there's very little things that they have to do. But they, like you said, they have to go in. There's maintenance with a pinball machine, that you just inevitably, you got this steel ball flying around, banging on things. Something's going to break. Something's going to come out of alignment. Something's going to need some adjustments. So that's part of pinball, mechanical pinball. Period. But the good side and the bad side of it is that they had to assemble more of it, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
so that kind of got you into the guts of it, and you know more about this product than you ever would it if you just bought it in a box, right? Yeah, all assembled ahead of time.
That's
And
right.
anytime you give somebody a project like this, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. You get all these parts, and they had them all laid out good, labeled correctly, and people had gripes about them not having a actual piece of paper in there, a booklet that you can get the steps. They had to go online and have a TV nearby or an iPad or something that they could see, right? Because most of the generation that's getting these are a little older, right? So the eyesight and glasses. Not you down on your knees too long trying to screw things in. That comes with it, right? But it's exciting to see people do that. But inevitably, somebody's going to over tighten something, not tighten something, right? Because they're just overwhelmed. And for the majority of people, it's been about 2.5 hours to put this thing together, which is considerably longer than a arcade one up. Um, Especially since people have done multiple of those, they can do it a
Yeah.
little faster. This is the first time for this thing here, so there's a little bit of learning curve, a little bit of time necessary to get that done. But at the end of the day, it's been extremely positive. The group, there's two different groups, but a lot of people they've been filtering more onto the original group here, because there's a lot of activity, a lot of talk. People are sharing ideas, sharing talks, and they're just having a ball with the thing, man. I definitely had a little bit of FOMO, like, oh man, I should have
Yeah.
got this thing. So I just been living it through the other people and just been enjoying every aspect of it.
Oh, are you going to get it, or are you thinking about waiting for the next one? What's your thought?
I'm thinking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
when I'm looking at it and seeing people, the Alice in Wonderland is just such a zany IP, right? That it lends to the imagination
Yeah.
and to go off far into one. I mean, I was looking at some things where you can get they're, they've made like this face plate for a doorknob
Yeah.
that you can put and replace out the plunger and make that the nose on the face and all kinds of things you can just do. That when I started thinking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, I'm like, I don't think I'm quite going to have that much imagination that I can
It
apply
doesn't have
to it.
that. It doesn't lend to the eccentricity. Like, I forget whose video it is, so sorry for not giving the reference. But, I saw the one guy put in like the pocket watch, right?
Yep,
Like put the pocket.
yep.
I'm like, oh, that just fits perfectly. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it looks
you can put in
awesome.
little pieces like that, and I think with the pinball machines, I also want to see. I mean, because there's lots of people who do like all the different 3D printing and stuff like
Hmm.
that. I mean, the different model work. You got some 2D models in there. Like, who's going to print out some really cool 3D stuff and get it painted up?
For
I like
sure.
painting models, Paul. I like to keep my models painted nicely,
Yeah.
tabletop ready at all times.
Yeah,
So,
coppers are going to be huge.
yeah,
I
they
can
are.
see the third party market, people building those, and I'm looking for. Like I said, I'm just excited. I'm a modder at the heart. Uh, I know somebody made a comment like, "Why do you have to change what you got? You got it just perfectly good pinball." It's like, man, this is people's individual machine. They want to personalize it. They don't want it looking like yours necessarily. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it. Even with regular pinball machines, people buy different toys and they upgrade it. That's the beauty of it. You have that ability to do that. And there's a market out there for people to create these things. So in the imagination, like I said, this table just lends to going deep down that rabbit hole to find
Oh,
what
I see
type
what you
of
did there.
crazy thing that you can add to it and make it exciting, make it uniquely yours. And everybody's sharing it. So everybody's like, hey, where'd you get that from? Send me a link. And they're just excited. And like I said, I'm just caught up in it. Every day something's popping up new, like, hey, check this out, check this out. And so I've been loving it.
Well, I like that. So far, people seem to be pretty enthused by it. I know. I was watching B Kong do the assembly, and when there was that little bit of that initial kind of flex on the board, it's like my
Right.
heart stopped. I was like, oh no, don't
Yeah.
tell me, don't tell me how bad this is gonna get. And then I was chatting with the brand guys later, and it's like, oh man, it kind of stinks, like so many people saw that video, and then it's like, but it couldn't have happened to a better person, because how many guys would have spent all that time trying to figure it out, tinker with it, go another layer deeper, and then finally figure it out, and then also have the audience to then be able to explain to people, hey, no guys, like, it's all good, I figured this thing out, and look at how easy of a fix it was. So I mean, that was kind of, hey man, I'm sorry you had to put in all those hours, but at the same time, like, how fortunate was it that it was someone so experienced at that, with
Right.
that skill set, to encounter an issue. So I mean, he's out here doing the Lord's work. Keep it up, brother.
Hey, I'm gonna break in here quickly so I can acknowledge this. Ezekiel, thank you very much for the super chat and the comment. Can you please confirm Spreetail's
K?
Supreme Cabinet and Tate. And can you give their complete business plan for 2026 and 2027?
I'm not going to confirm anything because you guys know I don't leak any secrets.
It's tough.
I feel like people are going to be happy in the very near future, Paul. I'm just saying that. Like
I
think there's happiness continuing throughout this year, not even limited to like a month here or 2 months. Like how many years has it been where it's always like, okay, what's coming out in Q4? Oh, Pac-Man, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this year, I mean, we've got new it's March. And we've already had 2 products that have created all this content, got people hyped up. We already know Iconic's got a couple more, and then, we know Basic Fun's going to do some stuff. And the great thing is, it's just going to be a packed year, Paul. It's going to be a packed year. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be so much to talk about. And I'm not going to give you guys any secrets. You're going to have to just keep tuning back in because it's just going to be news cycle after banger news cycle. And that's how we're going to do it.
Okay. Well, I'm just happy to hear that there's going to be stuff throughout the year. That by itself is different.
I'm working on the next Pac-Man as we speak. Don't you worry.
Well, hey, while we're kind of in between things here, I want to introduce a couple other folks who have just joined us. Now they're possibly calling in remotely, so it could be a little Wi-Fi glitches here and there, but we'll excuse that. I want to bring up Bill and B Kong in the house. What's up, guys?
What up, gentlemen?
Oh man, it's a party.
I saw a link and I joined. That's what I do on YouTube, right? Like
That's
you just
right.
get links. Mm-hmm.
That's how we do it. Hey, Bill, I think you're on mute, so I think it's on your end. I tried to unmute you, but I don't seem to be able to, so maybe check that out. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. We were just talking, B, I saw you in the chat there. We were just talking about some of the Wonderland happenings. One of the things I wanted to make sure got highlighted, because you talked about a lot of things here, Kevin, but one of the big things is that for people that are still out there having issues, you're going to be, correct me if I'm misunderstanding this, you're going to be taking stock that was allocated for Spreetail that's currently being sold through eBay, and you're going to basically fulfill those orders from that stock. Is that correct?
Yeah. So there were two different Alice Goes to Wonderland Kickstarter models, right? There was the standard one, and then there was the one with the bells and whistles on top. Not talking about the bells and whistles one. The standard one, for all intents and purposes, is the same thing as the product I ordered. I know people think that like I just stole all of your Kickstarters and like listed them on eBay. 100% not the case. They are different part numbers in our system. Couldn't do that if I wanted to. But what we are actually doing is the inverse of that, which is to try to correct these customer issues as quickly as possible. We're going to sub in our inventory. So like if you didn't get your box B, I'll grab one of my box Bs. We'll get it sent out to you. Same with the box A, right? So I think that speeds it up. There's an issue where all the Kickstarter stuff, all that inventory was received 1-to-1, right? So if I send B Kong 2 box Bs, that means B Kirby's missing his box B, right? Because Kong's got 2 of them and he's got none. So that's kind of where we're sort of bottlenecked right now, is how do you get back those duplicate shipments and then get them sent out? It sounds like a terrible quagmire. So rather than making the customers wait for it, we'll just sub out ours and we'll figure it out on the back end with the brand. But
Nice.
it's going to be fast. The conversations already happened. The brand already signed off on the plan. And my team is completely all hands on deck, chasing down that resolution. So I think they're all shipped by this weekend. That's what my goal is. And looking forward to be able to confirm that.
Nice.
Okay, now wouldn't that create an issue for the Kickstarter folk? Because one of the boxes comes with the plate, right, that says your order number, whatever, 640. If they get the non-Kickstarter version, then they're gonna not have that plate. I think that's the only difference, right?
So there is a plate. It's not numbered specifically to the person. Mm-hmm. So we didn't receive it as like this specific set goes to Carl. This
Right,
specific
I get
set,
that. I get
right?
that.
So like there's not like a numbering there. I did bring that up with the brand, and they're like, hey, we can solve the plate issue. We can
Okay.
go get a few more plates and send them out. So now it's, what's the best customer experience? Would you rather get your pinball machine all put together and get playing that, and then wait a week for the plate, or whatever the turnaround time is? I don't actually have a turnaround time there, so I want to be careful. Would you rather that, or would you rather wait until all these boxes get shuffled around? We
Right.
thought people would be happier to get their pinball right away, and then the brand said it should be an issue to get people their plates if that's a
Okay.
if
Yeah, I
that's a
just
piece
wanted to
that's
make
missing.
sure they were aware or thought through that part, because
Oh no, that's
it
a great question. Yeah,
definitely would come up
Yeah.
sooner or later.
So, B, you were kind enough to join us while you're in transit, and you've had some pretty interesting videos talking about some of the experiences you had firsthand. And I saw one of the comments here about your video helping kind of address some of that. I don't know what you want to call it, if it's warping or the issue you had with the playfield. Are you feeling like things are in a good spot for you now? What are your thoughts overall?
Yeah, I've had it for about a week now, right? And so Monday was, I guess it's over like a week and a half. It took a few days to be able to discover what the issue was. And, with my comfortableness of taking things apart, like I was going to get to the bottom of it no matter what. I think this was an interesting test to see how Wonderland Amusements would handle kind of like an issue like this, where they might have to replace a part or even offer troubleshooting advice. And so even though they've mentioned to use the ticketing system, whether it was a shipping issue, I think that's where I felt a little disappointed from the support side. And I know it's only a handful of guys, but these issues are going to come up. And so I think to date, even for the warping of the playfield, like I don't think I've seen any official word on my specific issue, which is that one of the plastic diffusers got loose and created that bubble. So it wasn't necessarily warping, it was a piece of plastic underneath the playfield.
Okay.
But even though other people didn't have that issue, and maybe it was just warped because it was too tightened, there's several people that mentioned that they did have a piece of plastic that lifted from their playfield due to shipping or whatnot. So it was, at least it's been not a one-off. There's been other people that have had that issue. So I haven't heard like an official, like, here's how to address that besides you taking it apart. And maybe it is, like, maybe to your point, like everybody's going to have to get under the hood at some point. Like I learned a lot just by taking apart the playfield. Like I learned how to replace the flipper if I ever need to, right? And like, how much of a pain that is. But hey, you're going to have to do it at some point. But should you have to do it out of new in box? I don't think so. But at least for them to acknowledge that is still something I'm waiting for. I'm still waiting to see kind of what they're offering to people instead of just relying on maybe like my video, which is, again, I paid for my product as a Kickstarter backer. I'm not affiliated with the company besides covering them over the last year. So I'm hoping they get that customer support. And I've been doing my own gameplay review, and so I'm just about ready to kind of publish my formal official review, which has a lot of positive things and then things I'd like to see improve. So there's always opportunity for things to get better. But I like what I'm seeing for the value. The price point is still one of the best things to come out under sub 1,000.
When do you think people should be expected to tune in for the final review?
I hope to get it out by this weekend. I mean, there's already been a lot of content out there. And so and instead of a traditional review, because I've been covering versions of this product for the last year, right? From it's at WonderCon to LA Comic Con to this production version. So I've kind of done a version of like different reviews and art packages. My format for this one will be kind of like, I've done like a 10 things I hate and love about a pinball machine. And so it's going to follow that format of like, both. I always try to find like there's things to improve. There's bad things that you want to see better, but I think there's good in every product, right? And so when you look at somebody's review, I look for somebody that can tell me both sides of the coin, right? And so that's kind of what I look for. And so I try to emulate that as much as possible in my review.
Well, and I mean, I think I speak for everyone. We appreciate what you do with that, right? I mean, it's great if you're selling these, or if you're the brand, to hear, oh, everything's wonderful and it's hunky dory, but at the end of the day, nothing's ever perfect, right? So it's good to offer that balance piece. And I don't know if you were on here already when I mentioned it, but I mean, how fortunate is the community that, you know, you were one of the first people to experience that, right? Like a lot of us wouldn't necessarily be comfortable enough to be like, dude, I'm going in, I'm going to find, like, I'm dedicated to this, right? So, I mean, like, hats off to you. Not that I'm wearing one, but, you know, hats off to you for taking the time and having that dedication. And like you said, I mean, you're a customer. You bought the product. It's not a brand affiliation. There's no, you know, there's no real sort of motivation there other than just passion for the product and, you know, loving the hobby. So kudos to you for putting in all that time and getting it figured out for
Thanks.
everybody.
And I think you bring up a good point too, B, that I think has been a challenge for the community in general for years now, really, which is just the sort of consistency of communication, the clarity of communication that we're getting. Sometimes it seems like it's maybe better on one side than the other. Maybe it's better one time on customer service, but not so great in marketing and sales. And, you know, it's kind of going back and forth depending on the company and the timing and whatever. And I feel like, you know, maybe some of these newer companies are still sort of feeling that out a little bit, still sorting it out. And, you know, and sometimes you get really great sort of, like John was just here in the chat talking about, you know, one of the reps over at Wonderland doing a great job, you know, sort of responding to things. But then you also get people that have not had their emails responded to. And, you know, Carl, you mentioned in your post, which I don't think I shared that with you, Kevin, about like, well, if you overwhelm the system with, you know, 6, 8, 10, 12 emails, that's ultimately not necessarily helpful either. But you kind of feel for people that are having that frustration, that feel like they need to do that in order to get some kind of answer. So I feel like that's an area where maybe the brands can, you know, continue to work towards, you know, improving things. Like, it's great, Kevin, that you're able to sort of represent your side of things, but you're also not speaking for Wonderland per se. So when they have an issue like the kind that B ran into, you know, what do you do?
I mean, I think that's a good question. And to Detroit Love's, you know, sort of call out about, you know, you flood the end zone, like it gets messy. You know, the brand, again, I do want to speak highly for the brand, right? Because where you're doing well, you know, sometimes it doesn't always look like you're doing the right thing, even if you are behind the scenes, right? So, you know, they've gotten their ticketing system meshed up with us that we can kind of work a little bit better together. They're tracking all those sort of things, and they've got the communication. I think that's good. Anyone who has like ordering issues, which I know are separate from product issues, go through their ticketing system. They have a direct line to the correct team. Paul, you kind of made a joke like Spreetail's a big company. We got a lot of people. If you just call in or just email in for customer service, like, hey, where's my pre-order from wonderlandamusements.com? The chance that the person that you're getting is the customer lead that's part of the specialized team that I have assigned just for this brand is slim to none, right? So use the ticketing system, reach out to the brand directly. You know, they're working very diligently behind the scenes to get everything resolved. And you know, B Kong, to your point, like hopefully it looks like they've been trying to put up some videos and try to kind of develop that library. I think it's okay if it's not all there day one, but to your point, I would love to see that as well, where if you have an issue, you know, can you get on the website and see a few different FAQs and, hey, you know, this was the issue I had. Okay, did you check the, you know, X, Y, and Z first? Oh, yep, that's where it was, right? So I'm confident that they're going that direction. I know, talking with Peter, you know, he's been working on some different things there. So hopefully they're taking these learnings and sharing them so other people can save that time and not spend days figuring out a warp.
Yeah,
I might have to head out. So it was good chatting with everybody. Got to pick up some kiddos from everything. So
Awesome.
I'll chat with you guys soon. Thanks,
Hey,
everybody.
jumping
Thank
in.
you, B. Appreciate it.
Take it later. Bye.
And
But on a
taking his
note with,
place, we got sorry, Carl, but I
No,
need to make sure we get Bill here. So Bill just moved, and I think maybe we're still dealing with some Wi-Fi issues in your new house.
Yeah.
I'm not-
Can you guys hear me good?
yeah, we can hear
You
you now.
sound amazing.
I want everybody to know
Okay.
I am not intentionally removing Bill from the feed. Like,
Yeah, he just doesn't like me anymore. He just I don't know what happened. We had a good thing going. I don't know what happened.
it's relationships
That's
are
right.
tough, but
Yeah, you know, ups and downs. But no, I just had to run upstairs to get my Wi-Fi. I just moved and I don't know where anything's at. Like, so what happened was a woman put a bit offer on my house, which was significantly higher than anyone else's. And I had 2.5 days to get out of my house.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
wow.
So yeah, it was that significant of
Wow.
a price that she gave me, and it was a cash offer. So the neighborhood I live in is a very sought after neighborhood in Chicago. And yeah, this woman, she had some money. So I
Wow.
she said fast close, and I didn't realize fast close was like in less than a week, because we didn't get like the final everything until like Thursday, closed Monday. I just had to, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get all my stuff. I'd lived there for 22 years.
Jeez.
So yeah, it was crazy. So none of the boxes are labeled. I can't find my charger for my iPad. So
Oh, no.
I'm like losing my,
These
I'm
are
like,
basics.
I couldn't find my phone chargers. I'm like, cause we just started throwing stuff. I had my nephews there, my wife, I just started throwing stuff. I'm just like, oh my God, where's everything at? So
Oh,
And here I
man.
yeah.
am saying, "Hey, Bill, you want to join us for an impromptu community episode?" And he's like, "Sure."
Got
Sure,
nothing
why
else
not?
going on.
I got nothing going on. Yeah.
Like 30 seconds
So
after I sent that message, I'm like, "Oh, wait, what the? He just moved. He's not even gonna have a
yeah.
camera unboxed today."
Yeah, but normally when people move, you have some time, I didn't expect a cash offer to come in that fast and
Yeah, that's
to
nuts.
have to be
Wow.
out of there. So
Well, that's
yeah,
pretty
I had this house under contract, and it's a good friend of mine that I bought my house from. So, I bought that. So I already had like some of my stuff here. I was doing it slowly. I didn't want to put everything here, and then it was like 2.5 days, boom, gone.
Go.
So
That's
yeah,
well,
let's
I
go.
Wow.
appreciate
So
you joining us. We're kind of doing a free for all. Sorry, Carl, I cut you off there just
Oh
because
no, and this is the first time me and Bill has been on the show.
what's up,
So
Carl?
what's going on, man?
yeah, there
A
they
good
What's
are.
honor to
going
the
on?
face, to the name.
Yes,
See you. Good to see
Yeah.
you
you.
too.
Well, and Bill's in every chat known to man. He's
Yeah.
like the most consistent, probably like viewer and champion of different content creators that's out there. So yeah, I'm glad to be able to kind of hook you guys up. But yeah, so Carl, you had another point there while B was
Oh,
leaving.
I was just going to add with B Kong, because I was conducting the show for him to free his hands and minds to be able to focus on building it. And a lot of people thought, why did he bring that up? That's going to look bad for the coming out. I said, that's the contrary. What I mean? Yeah, any news is good news. And that's the best way to find out because it exposed that, yeah, something can happen. When you're building something, something could have been broken, something could have been delivered, you got hit by a fork, anything could have happened. And when it's live, what's going to happen is going to happen. There's no way to control it. And people say, well, he could have talked about it offline. No, he discovered it organically. Peter responded to it organically. You know what I mean? And like Kevin was saying, couldn't have been a better person to do it because he likes tinkering like me, right? So he was able to jump right on it. And I told him right there on the live, it's like, man, just take time. Let's level the table. Let's just go through the process. We know how to go through this. There's no sense griping about it because we don't know what it is. Let's find out what it is. And that's what he did. And was able to make a video. And the video is perfect because some people have had that same exact issue. Some other people had similar issues, but wasn't quite that extreme, but they was relieved to find that out. But all of us collectively give to the community, right? What's the point of having a community if we can't learn from each other, help each other? And so that was perfect that while they're scrambling, trying to respond to emails and find box A and find box B, that was one less thing that the company had to focus on because if someone had something similar, people were sharing his video, and so they had at least an option to consider and try before pulling their hair out. So I think it worked out the best way it could have worked out versus it happening and no one knowing that it existed, and then people came up and then had no solution. So I think it was the best way for it to be discovered.
Yeah, and the fact that people know B and can have that sort of confidence that it's not just a random person putting something out there that may or may not be completely accurate, just because maybe they put it together wrong or they over tighten something or whatever. Like you said, Carl, he's probably the best guy to kind of walk people through that. And let's be honest too. I mean, when I was thinking about Wonderland taking on a mechanical pinball as their first sort of real product to market, that's no small feat. I mean, a mechanical
No.
pinball, I mean, that's just like, to me, that blows my mind kind of. I mean, I'm not saying that an arcade machine is like easy, but in comparison, when you're not dealing with all those mechanical pieces, that whole play field and just the physics of the way it plays, I'm kind of blown away that they got, let's say, even 95% of the way there. I'm kind of shocked by that, honestly.
And you are correct with it. I mean, arcade cabinet. We looked at the iconic machine. Most of these cabinets you open up is empty, right? It's like a
Right.
washing machine or a dishwasher, right? Any of those things is this big, huge thing, but the actual mechanics of it are very small. You know what I mean? Those are empty. This pinball is full of things, full of pieces, and you know what I mean. So it's a totally different beast, and especially for someone that has to put it together. Obviously, the play field for the most part was assembled, but it is definitely a different beast for a pinball and mechanical on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and obviously the shipping logistics and everything else behind that, all of this stuff is to some degree new for them to be managing along with customer service and everything else. So, you know, not to say that things were perfect, they certainly weren't, but I give them props for what they did get right. And I think the second round, the Turtles, I'm really curious what they're going to do with that. I think that's going to be very, very fun to watch. And I'm already thinking like, well, what's coming after that? I have no idea, but that'll be cool.
That's gonna be a big IP. That's gonna be a good one. I'm excited to see the direction they're going with it, and I can't wait to see that one out in the wild and how people dig it.
Yeah.
Well, Bill didn't get a chance to give his impressions of the Wonderland Amusements pinball. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, brother.
I think it's awesome. I think it's pretty cool. I didn't because I seen it at the Chicago when it was just a box, the Chicago Expo, and I was like, I don't know about all this, you know, like I don't know. I didn't have much faith in it, you know. But then, you know, I talked to Gary, and Gary and me got along pretty good. And it sounded like they really knew what they were doing. Then I seen it this year, and I was like, wow, you guys came a long way. Like it's crazy. They had some issues there. Not like there were so many people playing, and it kept like they had to keep doing some stuff. Cause I mean, there was a ton of, if you've been to the Chicago Pinball Expo, you know what I'm talking about. There's a ton of people that go in there, and but I like it. The final product, I really, really like it. Like I'm really tempted. I think my wife will kill me if I bring something else in this house. But I was like, it's a bigger house.
It was part of the purchase, right?
Can't
you just work out like a deal with your buddy? Be like, yo, if my wife asks, you left this here, right? Like that's worth a beer every now and then, isn't it?
No. So the deal is, I have the garage I have on this house is like 1.5 times bigger than the other one with an upstairs. You know, I had a second floor on the garage in my old house too, but this one's much bigger. So I told her, I was like, okay, I won't like crowd the basement, just a couple, but the garage is mine. Like it's going to be like a total man cave. I'm going to have the floors epoxy, insulated drywall, you know, all that stuff. I got to run a gas line, run a heater for the winter. And, so it's going to be a work in progress, but hopefully by the end of the summer, I'll have the garage completely done the way I want it to be done. But yeah, I'm really happy. I'm happy for Wonderland. I'm happy for all these guys. Iconic, Wonderland, like everybody. I think they're doing all good. You know, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. I just love seeing the stuff that, I mean, what's at least a year-ish for some of this stuff. So it's been
the
a
wait
while.
Wasn't good, but you know, what do you know, that's the worst thing, right? I mean, it came out, everything's good. I know there's people like nitpicking. I mean, what B Kong had was kind of a serious thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad he was able to figure it out and fix and figure out what the problem was. And then Iconic, like, you're going to have people that nitpick these things, you know, and it's just noise. You know, I don't, you know, if you like this stuff, you like it, you know, so people that, you know, talk shit. Hopefully this isn't a PG show, but
it's never
been.
Are you new here?
I mean, wow. People are going to talk shit, and there's going to be those shows that do that, you know, whether it's, you know, it doesn't make this move.
Everyone's got their opinion. I think I'm seeing a little bit more out of the different different folks, and I'm not going to name any names, but I have seen a lot more, I think, like constructive, useful feedback versus just the hyper sensationalized. Like, hey, there's plenty to talk about here.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there's things that didn't go well. There's some features we'd like to see. Maybe there's some gameplay that needs to be tightened up on a future model. Like, absolutely, let's talk about that. That's what we're here for. Let's make it better.
The thing though is the constant the people that knock this stuff is it's the constant like, oh, you could play this, on this, or you could play this on that. It's like nobody, like some of those guys don't get that, like guys like us like having an arcade room,
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you can, obviously you could play this stuff on, I could play it on my Switch. I could play it on, but I want an actual like arcade. I want the decor, I want that feeling like I had back when I was in, I'm in my 50s. I think everybody but Kevin's in his 50s, right? We're all in our 50s.
Someone's got to keep us looking young and beautiful.
There you go.
No, but I mean,
I'll be leaving the 50s this month. So.
Oh man, we got an elder. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for gracing us. But
you don't look like it, so don't worry about it, Carl.
I hit 52 yesterday. Come on.
Yeah.
Happy birthday! Oh yeah, it was your birthday. I wish you happy birthday.
There you go. I'm an old man. I got the same surgery as you, Bill, to prove it. The whole back, bad back,
the whole neck.
Yeah, the whole neck scar.
But you just got to tell people when they ask you how you got this, just say you got to come up with a cool story, like you were in the Medellin in Colombia and
they had
you made it through, man. Yeah, they tried, but they didn't succeed. But
they tried to twice on you.
The other guy.
You got two of them.
Yeah,
you had two surgeries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went on both sides because they couldn't. I asked them if they can go through the same scar, and they said no. So I was like, man, it's gonna look like somebody literally. But no, I just think that I think for the people who like this stuff is really good. I think the iconic, whether you order Glenn's arcade, FU.
What you think?
What you say?
There goes the PG rating. Wow, man.
Gosh, get the bar.
Every word but that.
Get the bar of soap out here.
But the Wonderland, I'm excited for them guys, man. I think it's a good time because you haven't had much in the last few years, So it seems like them, Basic Fun, they're all hitting us. I mean, I know people don't like the Sonic, and I'm one of them. I think it'll sell, but it doesn't mean I like it. I think. Yeah. People that like us will buy it, like other people will buy it. But yeah, I think it's a good time. I think this is gonna be a good year for home arcade, and for the people who say you can play it on anything else, then go play it.
Go absolutely nuts.
Go knock your socks off. I'm gonna buy one of these things, so I'm gonna keep buying them. So
I mean, I think we all have our different motivations. I mean, I'm gonna stack out my basement because my wife said she wants our basement to be the place where the kids come over to play, right? Like, she wants to have the house. She doesn't want the kids going to the house. She wants the house to be our place. You know what I mean? And
that's how my dad was growing up. He
exactly.
My basement was like a lot of what people are recreating now. Like we had Centipede in 81, like the actual real arcade, Pac-Man, Galaga. We had the Williams Shufflable, like the metal puck, and you had like wood dust on the thing. It's old. I mean, I'm talking like late 70s, early 80s. And we had like my basement was set up like that. So it reminds me of that, like growing up. And my dad did it because he owned him and his friend owned a bar, and they would get arcades, and then they would bring it to my house, and then they would rotate them, but it would rotate to my house, to our basement, and then it would rotate back out. And like if I blindfolded you back when I lived at home when I was a kid and brought you in my basement, you would have thought you were in a Chicago tavern, like an old school tavern that you'd see on a corner, and pool table. Then you walk through, and then there's arcades and William Shuffle ball. I mean, it was a bar. It was set up pretty good, and that's what I think a lot of us are like, recreating stuff like that. And that's I can't understand the guys who constantly knock this shit, man. It's like, dude, what then why are you even talking about it?
You know what
I mean? Like, why even bring it up? If you don't like it, why even put a thumbnail?
Get the views.
Put a thumbnail on and see like, oh, like breaking news, like MOAT couldn't do this move, or the T molding's not going to be white, or this or that. It's like, dude, come on, man.
Well,
Like,
and I mean, picking on MOAT for being trash, that's not cool. But just kidding, buddy. I'm just love. Oh shit! Now he's here.
Well, I'll teach. I'll drive up to Wisconsin and teach MOAT how to play Street Fighter.
Yeah, there we go. So MOAT, I learned how to dim the lights. B Kirby's gonna teach you how to do that uppercut you kept.
I can do it, man. I can show you.
But Bill, you're kind of mentioned like, oh man, why do these people do it? It's like, your hobby is arcades. Some of these guys, their hobby is getting on once a week and just bitching about stuff with people. Like that's what they do. It's their therapy. I think it's kind of interesting though, since we've gotten in here, you have all your different personalities in front of the camera, right? Like we all have our way we kind of interact with the camera, and it may or may not be how we are off camera. All the creators that I've talked to on the side,
I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go
but
for it.
I'm the same guy, and I'm not a YouTube. I don't have a channel. I'm who I am right now is who I am. So
That's why
I'm not gonna bullshit you. So it's
But I think
people,
for some people, it's a show. For some people, it's a show. Their show's a product.
Yeah.
Whether it's a monetization thing or whatever else, and the same way, we probably would be like, well, then fine, don't buy the damn arcade. If you want a multi-cade, you want to sit down there with your 45,000 games and your amazing UI, then by all means, go do that, boo-boo. Like, have a great time. Go down there and play with your multi-cade.
It seems like to me, like there's like and I'm not too familiar because I haven't been. I mean, I started following P-dubs to find out how to mod I said this on a couple times on a couple shows. I was looking on Facebook at Marketplace and I seen a countercade, NBA Jam countercade with 1,200 games. And I was like, how the heck did this guy do this? Because I'm a carpenter. I'm not I don't know about technology like that. And so I YouTubed it, and P-Dub's video came out, and he was doing Marvels, like how to put more games on a thumb drive and stick it in. So then it just started shooting out like other people to follow, and then I started following it, and then I just don't get it. If it seems like there's like an A team and a B team, and they don't like each other. Like, so like I was watching like Glenn on Friday, and was pretty much like anyone who likes Iconic is a shithead. And, it's either you like F you or you go home or whatever. It's like, well, I don't even understand that. Like, you got a good product. This guy's got a good product. These people got good products. Like, why is you got to pick a team? Like, you can like all of it. Like, I don't understand the whole divide. Like I don't get it. I'm not, I never watched lives up until like the past maybe year and a half. Because the first time I turned on the live, I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
I think that's what Paul and I say after our show every single week. What the hell is this shit?
Yeah, we just say what happened.
But like whatever happened in the past to cause these people not to like each other, just get over it, man. You guys are in your 50s, man. Like, move on already. Like, I don't even understand that shit. So, I think
capitalism, man. Capitalism. Like, I don't need to like you as a person. If you make a good product, I'll buy your product. If you don't make a good product, even if you're a saint, I'm probably not going to buy it. So,
it's just I think it's such a bad look to where you get on a show and you like knock everybody who likes, I mean, Glenn seems like a nice enough guy, but on his show Friday, he knocked every single channel that talked about Iconic. Like they're all bullshit channels. Like they talk about the same shit, all of them. It's like, well, because they're not talking about you. It's just I don't understand the whole mentality on that stuff. Like everybody's putting out good products. Like I like John D. I love that Alpha. I think it looks great. I can't wait to see it. And I'm sure I can teach MOAT a thing or two on how to play. Street Fighter.
I was just gonna say
live streaming tournaments coming soon.
That sounds like a good transition. But you know what? I'm gonna give Mike a second here because I've been ignoring this. I don't want to ignore it anymore. Console fanboy. I appreciate the $9.99 super chat. I'm going to bring this up while he's preparing himself. I'll give Moat a second. He asked, Console Fanboy asked, what are some price estimates for games in the Iconic store available for download, and could games not yet available on future cabs be available for download before the cab is released? Now, thanks again for the super chat, Console Fanboy. I am not aware of a means to refund them. Sorry. Actually looked, but I'm not sure he could do that. But there was an answer, I should say a response, from John. There's not going to be a storefront. That's not something that was ever officially announced. There is an ecosystem to put out free games. When the user base grows, it will be considered. So there is our answer to that. That has been, I guess, something that has been talked about for a little while, but was a question that came up, before, something they were considering. So with that, I want to officially introduce Moat back to the show. Thank you for joining us. We're going to talk about Iconic. Right?
Moat.
You ready?
I was wondering how long he was going to be able to keep that face.
It's been going a good 10, 15 minutes now, I think.
Give it to him.
I was sitting eating pho. That wasn't a joke, you know what I mean? With some good chili crunch, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And the pork belly and some crab and some shrimp, because it's Thursday, it's protein day, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting here and I'm eating this stuff, and I hear the nonsense come out of B. Kirby mouth. I can teach you how to drag it for real. Really? So just so we're clear, we're gonna speak about a microcosm of gameplay, not the hour and whatever else, right? Not me hit confirming in the rage of demons against Relento and whatever else, right? None of that. We're gonna talk about Hyper, me not DPing Chun-Li in her breasticles.
That's right.
And now there's this belief that I can teach you how to play Street Fighter. Look, I went and got my stick right now. We can go on Fight K after 10. I was looking into this thing while we sit here and have a whole conversation. What we not gonna do is act like I don't punch people in the face for fun. You know what I'm saying? Now then, officially, chat, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Moat, MOAT, who is quick to go and hit you with a DP. If you ever want to try to get greasy after the stream, come and talk to me. Now then, now that I got all that out of my.
So did you see that video?
You look good, Kevin. You look good.
Thanks,
I like your
man.
shirt, man. You look good. You look good, man.
Yeah, man. Jesus,
Now,
ultimate deadlifter.
I love that shirt, bro. That's hot. Now that I'm back to normal. Good evening, D-Love. What's up, Carl? What's happening? B. Kirby, you are now officially one of the ops, and you can fight me. And what's going on, man? What's going on?
You know? I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right?
No, what did you? I missed. You said, did I see a video? And then I cut you off very
Yeah.
promo like. So what video are you talking about?
There was a video last night saying that either the game is messed up or you couldn't do a move on it. There was something wrong with the sticks.
There was a suggestion that the controls were inhibiting
The controls are messed up
from being able to pull off certain moves.
If you're talking about hyper, I did mention that it was eating some inputs. I did relay it to the proper individuals. So yeah, but again, I was assured that this is all being fixed in the patch. So for everybody who keeps asking, where's the review? I don't want to review something that's not complete. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it would be unfair for me to put out a review and be like this, and all of a sudden the next day it changes, and then that review is obsolete. You know what I mean? So I'd rather take my time, rush. Look, this thing ain't going nowhere. May 5th. Matter of fact, I'm standing by that day. May 5th, that's the review. Cinco de Mayo. Y'all can, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can celebrate. You can do whatever you do, have libations or whatever else, and watch a review. But, please. yeah, that's it. Yeah, chat. Me, I can't SRK. I can't DP. Yeah, that's it, chat.
Yeah, that's what that was being said on a show last night.
That is the news. I can't set MSRPs,
that is the news.
And you don't know how to do moves.
It is a preview, and I think that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Whoever said that, come see me. and show me. How about that? Like, I'm not even talking trash. It's just being honest, man. Like, yo, like come see me. Like for real. Like
Yeah.
No, I
that's
thought I think we're egging you on just because now we can tell you didn't watch it. The takeaway was that I think there was actually a disclaimer, like, look, like he even said, like, MOAT, it's not you, it's the
did say
control.
that.
Like he would,
Yeah.
Bill's just razzing you up for because we
Yeah.
got to get our views going here. Appreciate you, Bill.
well, I get that. Listen, I'm all about providing content and whatever else, right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, no. But I said to see, and I think this is the other part where I know people didn't finish watching the whole thing because I literally said it at the end. I literally said, "Hey, Hyper's running fast. This is doing this," but they know about this. There's a patch coming from that. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo's just trash. It's just nonsense anyway because the AI don't let you do nothing because there is no way that Colonel William Giles should throw a sonic boom in point 0.5 seconds, hit me with a razor kick right afterwards. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. And I couldn't even 270, not 360, 270 shortcuts for everybody out there who didn't understand that. So yeah, no. I'm just gonna wait for the patch, and we're gonna see how it goes, and then I'm gonna reserve judgment. I'm grading.
So outside of that game, Mo, what about the rest of them, like Alpha and Third Strike and stuff? Does
Third
it
Strike
seem
is
all
great.
right?
Third Strike is great. I will say that I guess since we're live, I know they're using one version, but I know there's like another version, and I'm hoping they can get the other version and just put it on there as like an extra, kind of like an option with like the fighting collection where you could switch between rounds between X-Men versus Street Fighter. That'd be great if they do that. But it's Third Strike on the arcade cabinet at my house that I'm not playing through emulation, that I'm not emulating through a Raz. Let me fix that. That I'm not playing through a downloaded build or something like that from official means. You know what I mean? That's great to me. Alpha 2 is still cheap as ever, but it plays well. I forgot how broken Dawson is in that game. The alphas play great. Like there isn't a Street Fighter on there that doesn't play great at all, except for Hyper.
Just the Hyper.
Hyper was sped up, but you can tell that playing it's like playing the Sega Genesis version of Street Fighter 2 and the stars are all the way up to 8. I mean, it is what it is. It's a little jarring, you know what I mean? But you can either adjust or you can complain about it. I will
Or
choose.
not play it. I mean,
There's 9 versions of Street Fighter on there, bro. Like
yeah.
they put Hyper Street Fighter the Anniversary Edition on there. Like what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like there's so much Street Fighter it comes out of your ears. Literally 9 versions of Street Fighter, and they didn't put Street Fighter 1 on there. And I don't know why people are mad that they didn't put Street Fighter 1 on there.
No,
That's not
that
game
game
anybody wants to
sucks.
play.
Wild,
Yeah.
that's wild to me, but you know what I mean.
No.
So Mode, I heard that this is from the brand that Hyper Fight. There was some discussion about like, is it just like drag and drop, like just drag the ROM and no, it's not quite that simple. So
I don't think that's how emulation works. I don't
no,
think that's how it works.
well, and so okay, so like getting down to like slightly more specific data on this. So the official Capcom Stadium version that's out now that we've seen, that one, for instance, is running like way too fast. So supposedly the count on that is 46 seconds to the timeout versus 54 seconds in a real real arcade machine. So in comparison, the 30th collection version, that's pretty close to the original, but is also slightly faster. It's 51 seconds to timeout. Again, versus the 54 of the original arcade. So you're down to like a 3-second total difference over that timeout period. So right now, the Arcadia 20XX build that they have going, on the Iconic Machine update, is running at the same speed as the 30th collection, which is significantly better than even the official Capcom Stadium version. So point being, it's not a simple drag and drop. Like even Capcom itself did not get it quite right compared to the original arcade version. So I think there's an argument to be made that extra time spent working on this is worthwhile.
Yeah. Like I said, man, the product's not even out into the official public hands yet. You know what I mean? Like what, Kevin, you and me, they're like the only 2 people that have it besides maybe John and a couple of other individuals, maybe.
Yeah, this thing isn't even public yet, right?
Right. It's so much ado about nothing, bro. That's been my motto for March. Much ado about nothing. You know what I mean? Like everybody's getting all upset and stuff for like stuff that's not even official out yet. You know what I mean? Like If Johnson was saying it's going to be good by the time it's supposed to go, then it's going to be good. I'm going to go with that. It's not one of those things where he's like giving empty promises, like, oh, it's not going to happen.
And,
Yeah,
and that's the thing too. Like we worked to get these previews out there because everybody had all these questions. They wanted to see it. It was accused of being vaporware, whatever. So we brought this out to show people this is the real thing. This is what it looks like. These are details that you hadn't gotten to see before. But then of course it's like, okay, on to the next thing I can complain about because it's some aspect of it is still being worked on to get it as close to perfect as we can by the time people get it in their homes. Like that seems like an odd criticism to me to say something that I'm seeing before it's even out in public hands is being criticized because you're still working on it and try to make it as good as it can be by the time you actually get it. Like that.
right. And I don't think people realize that, like, we have these early and we're literally giving feedback to like, how can this be improved? How can that be improved? What do you see wrong with this, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, some things you can't control. You can't, if you don't like 6 buttons, they're kind of out of your control. It's in shipping. You know what I mean? But gameplay issues, you can speak on those so they can be addressed. Blah, 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 yakky smackety. I've shared some of this stuff already. You know what I mean? But like, it's just, again, it's so much, man. Like,
Well, here's the reality of it.
Can we just be happy something's out? Like, can we just?
Here's the reality of it.
That's what I said.
Is because you two are the only ones that have it. So obviously, these people have shows that they got to produce once a week, twice a week, however many times a week, and what else they're going to talk about. So they gotta come up with something to talk about for content, and so that's just a reality of it.
That's completely fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's content creation. I am all about that, right? But let's not. I guess it's kind of the same thing with WWE WrestleFest, right? The point's been made. This is done, right? Let's not hammer it 47 different ways to make the same piece of beef taste different. Bro, if you put garlic on one slice of beef, then you put onion on another slice, and then you try to be different and hit it with some turmeric and some flaky salt or whatever else, right?
I gotta take my notes. I'm writing this down.
Bro, literally, it's still the same beef. You're just seasoning it differently. You know what I mean?
You didn't make sushi.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, you got some nigiri over there, bro. Y'all already eating tobacco? That's what y'all doing? Okay, cool, whatever. Give me some yellowtail or some machi. I'm fine. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of the point that I'm getting to, right? Yes. This has been addressed. It's been pointed out. It's been addressed. Everybody needs to get their pie or their piece of share of it, whatever else. Fine, cool, whatever. But don't use it to push a narrative and be like, this sucks. Have you touched it?
I don't know. I think you guys are missing the big story is, B Kong said, all this beef should be settled through virtual fisticuffs, and immediately the Rexers show, anytime up for it, pick the game. I'm ready to start seeing the gauntlets get thrown down in the chat, right? Like, who's going to come in and back it up? Let's go, Rexer. Not afraid, not backing down.
Run the set, man. I say run the first to 5. That's all I say. Run the first to 5, because if everybody just sat down and threw hands, the world would be a better place. Virtual hands, of course, because some people's hands register weapons.
Should we get on like that Kalshi, and we all start like casting? Casting our dude. Are we allowed to gamble on a live stream? What's the rules for that?
Yeah, you're in Chicago. You can.
Oh well, yeah, we got Chicago in the house.
Yeah.
Detroit, you can.
There we go.
Now, unfortunately, a lot of that stuff is still just talk. It's not going to happen. They're not interested in actually doing it.
Whoa, hold on.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Throw hands, and Rexer can play. He can play some Mortal Kombat. I've seen him play some fight games.
Well, again, I want to hear the talk. I want to see the action. So again, I'm about action. So let's set it up. Let's get it happening. But what I want to know, Mo, is have you had anybody over your home? Because for me, when I play those games, I like to have somebody next to me talking smack. I like, I love that's what I love about these fighting games. Have you had the opportunity?
Have I had anybody over here to touch the unreleased thing that could potentially leak some? Now, no, not yet. I'm not that.
Okay.
Yet. But it is on my content plan.
Okay.
Of having somebody over I'll tell you the doggone short. Can two big old grown folks play on this cabinet? You know what I mean? So there are plans to have some people over and come and press buttons and whatever else. Somebody who actually, wants to come over, and I don't know if they're actually watching, but I told him he can come over whenever he wants, man, just to check it out because he's like enamored with this cabinet, and I wish he would have came on the show tonight. Would have been Phil.
Yeah.
He loved this cabinet. And I told him, I was like, bro, you can come over. You know what I mean? But yes,
I'd love to see that.
because it's not good, it's not fun until you can punch a homie and they run. Like that's literally just what it is.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna highlight this here. I was gonna, if anybody asked, and they did, I didn't want to interrupt you guys, but you answered, Kevin, right there. This is what we can say about the 5 bonus games. So you're getting
I want to know.
Another fighter,
I want to know.
2 action games, 2 more shooters.
Let's keep it coming.
So you can. I think at least 2 of them were pretty well guessed in the community or by the community already. I did a Reddit post about that a couple months ago, but the other ones not so much. So I don't know.
Wait. So Paul, you know what the games are?
I do not. I have.
I don't even know what the games are. We'll say
No,
that.
I have educated guesses on 2 of them from information that came out originally. Then the 3 new ones, I've got nothing more than what it says right here on the screen.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we can look forward to that. I don't know.
Just waiting on an update. Did you guys hear there's going to be an update?
I heard
Waiting on an update.
Yeah, maybe by I don't know, next show maybe if we're lucky. We'll see.
I'm going to cross my. I mean, I just spent all that money on my Elgato capture card. I better have.
Why did you buy that when I
You
sent you?
did not have to buy that.
I thought I was going to need it this evening, sir. So I went to the store, and as per usual, they lure you in with the $20 one. You get there, and you're like, "Oh, I guess that's bullshit," and I'm going to drop $1.60 tonight instead. That's just
No, I would advise you to go return said capture card.
I don't know. It's
and
nice.
go on Amazon. It's been the $30. Oh no, it's definitely nice. Which one did you get? Would you get the HD60X? Is that what you got?
For that price, it
it's all
sounds
the
like
way-
it's
It's got to be the X. Yeah, for 160, it's got to be the X.
Yeah.
There's like a 160 and a 200. I got the.
He's
160.
preparing for the future. We're just
man.
I respect that, but if you're only planning to stream this cabinet, it's only 1080/60. Then you green for $20, and the adapter for $8 will do all that just fine. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, John wants me to come on here and show off my Giga Wing skills. And you know what? I'll give the community plenty of opportunity to talk shit about somebody's gaming skills when I start streaming Giga Wing 2. You'll see.
Do you want to? I can probably. I can stream our little test if you want.
Oh, I did record it now.
did you? Nice.
I did a recording of the of Giga Wing 2, but I had my
make Kevin big screen, not me.
yeah exactly.
How about,
But
how about I make this big screen?
I had my mic on. I had my mic on instead of using the audio from the game. So
Yeah.
you're going to hear the game kind of quiet like in the background, but you also hear the button clicking. I don't know. I don't know if
that's cool.
that matters at all.
Why don't we just play? And something to point out too is the fact that we haven't seen any Naomi, which is also basically the twin of the Dreamcast. We haven't seen any Naomi games on a home arcade machine to date, as far as I'm aware. I think this is the first time we're getting a Naomi level game. I mean, we've had other, I'll say, like Polygon type games. We had the Fast and Furious and stuff, but we have not seen any Naomi games that I can recall in the home arcade space until now.
Unless you don't count Marvel's Capcom 2. I mean,
Well, yeah, that's true. It was released for that.
yeah,
But it was. I guess it was on other systems too, right? PS2, I think, and
but those are console games. You can't you can't count console games for arcade games. Where do they do that and put that on arcade machines?
No, but Naomi, that's the real deal. So I'll just shut up and we'll play it. But again, the audio is just using his mic. It's not the in-game audio. So
somebody, I want somebody to timestamp that, and it's gonna say Paul said he was gonna shut up and let it play. So can we get a bet in the chat how long that's actually going to carry?
Someone needs to do a whole show about how Paul didn't shut up. He's full of crap. We can actually talk over it. It's just gameplay. Like, it's not like it's a State of the Union address, guys. Like, we don't have to make it sacred here.
Actually, your capture card looks really good.
Dude, it was $160. It better look amazing.
I'm trying. Look, I'm trying to make you feel better.
No, dude, this is first off, this is like the worst start in history, followed by absolute perfection. So, I don't know what I was doing the first like 30 seconds, but then when I had no life left, that's where I decided to play the game. So
He was pretty proud of this because I talked to him earlier and I said, hey, do you want to like show the live gameplay? And he's like, no, dude, I'm never going to play it as well as I did the second half of this preview video.
Do.
Literally, I'm completely out of
never
lives within the first like 30 seconds, and then you know,
you gotta restart. Yeah.
No restart.
Like, bro, if you're recording, like you always play worse when you like recording something.
For sure.
It doesn't matter what you're doing, man.
No, it's psychological, man. As soon as I do, look at that, beautiful.
See, I don't get I call these kitchen sink shooters, man. I don't like this. Too much shit happens for me. Give me some Galaga, and I'm good. This is too much stuff going on.
I felt that way at first, and then as I started to kind of understand the mechanics of the game a little bit, like how the different pieces work, it started to get real addicting real fast. I prefer the shooters to the fighters anyway, so it's just sort of more in my wheelhouse. But the first probably like hour I played it, I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do in this game? You get rolling. It's like there's a couple little guys that shoot at you, and then it's just like the whole screen's full of exploding shit.
Right.
Like, how am I supposed to survive this? And then after a little bit, I was like, you know what? It's actually kind of fun. You have a good time, and it's not for everybody. But
Gotta use your shields. You just gotta know how to work.
Yeah. So your shield's on a timer. You see it like count down on the bottom. It reflects all the shots back at them, so you want to time that so that there's a lot of shit coming at you. Then you put the shield on and blast them back, and you've got some bombs. I haven't died since we started this conversation, by the way, which no one is acknowledging.
I just love seeing this, man. I'm such a Dreamcast fanboy. So seeing a Naomi game, man, I love it. It's so smooth. Cool. The animation's so sweet.
What was it? Murph Dog was asking, dude, Best Buy. Like, I tried to go to Walmart. I was like, maybe they'll have something. Nope. I had to go to the most expensive place and spend like 8 times what I wanted to spend. But it looks good. Drag and drop it. Rexer with the industry secrets.
Drag and drop. Of course, you couldn't. Even if you could drag and drop on the old arcade 1-ups, they didn't have the horsepower to even play it. So that's a Pi 5,
Pi 5 exclusive
capability.
There you go.
So, yeah.
There you go.
It's the most powerful thing out there so far, as far as I know.
Coming in here talking about Giga Wing. Rexer wants to talk about Hyper Fighter. Gosh, man.
Gosh, okay.
Just middle of the night and it just got cloudy. Gosh. Throwing hate at me, Rexer. Come on, man. First time in my life I show off a little bit of gameplay. Just raining on my parade.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, Mike, you had some comments here in the chat. Anything you want to talk about specifically?
No, I'm just answering questions.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Also,
good.
for those of you who were keeping count, Paul did fail the test at about 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Yeah,
what?
Just want to let you guys know.
Did I miss a super chat? What did I fail? Oh, I did miss a super chat.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Did you?
suck
Oh,
at
you
this.
did.
Damn it. Oh, gee. I have zero. I don't have any moderators tonight.
Yeah,
either.
where's
They're
our
like,
mods?
they both had lives.
Josh Dendy had to put pants on and be a grown up. I hate this.
Yeah, David's busy fighting. I don't know, Taliban or something. I don't know what he's doing. Any word if Asteroid Centipede Supreme basic fun leaked pick is in the pipeline? Pause. Pipeline. I'm not even sure I understand. Thank you for the super chat, Dre. Any word if? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So there was a prototype Asteroid Supreme size cabinet from, I think it was back like January, February last year. It showed up in some of the pictures that went around. I guess the question is there any word on whether or not that's somewhere in the pipeline? Thank you again, Dragot.
I haven't seen it. I didn't know there was a leak. I don't know if.
I mean, it was shown as a prototype, but unfortunately, we've seen a lot of prototypes over the years that they have to be picked up by a buyer. Do you know it? Do you know any of those, Kevin?
No, I'd stay away from those assholes. All
That was
all they want to do is inflate MSRPs, steal your money, and run away to an island to do cocaine and drink margaritas.
I mean, they do that. So
what's wrong with that?
I mean, what else are you gonna do in July?
Yeah. No.
Oh man, no, but I haven't seen that. I don't know if that was a prototype or I mean, I don't know what the timing was either. Could that have been something that when they picked up all the Arcade 1-Up stuff that was maybe a prototype that was sitting over at Arcade 1-Up? I have no information on it. I don't know if official Arcade 1-Up is still in here and knows what people are talking about or not, but I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I mean, my guess is it was just one of the prototypes that was shown and just never got picked up, but maybe it'll show up someday. Don't know. I haven't heard anything about it since that prototype picture leaked. So, yeah.
I'm still waiting for a Silver Strike cabinet to come out. That's what I want.
Ooh.
I need a good bowling.
That,
Good
Yeah.
bowling for the
That's-
arcade.
yeah.
That's
I
I wonder why no one's ever done that.
Oh,
You know?
a lot of people have asked for that. I mean,
Licensing, probably.
years. Yeah.
I thought they put what was the bowling game that they put on Arcade 1-Up put on the Midway XL thing?
But that was
Championship Bowl? What is that? It's not
What
good
was
Silver Strike, that's for certain.
no, it wasn't.
No,
It's a good casual game, for
Yeah, I
kids
just couldn't
and
think what it
whatever.
was.
They had a prototype
Yeah.
one with Golden Tee and Silver Strike, and it was in one of their shows, and I was hoping it would come out, but nope, never have.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have asked for that. That's one of those that you keep hearing every now and then. I haven't heard it recently, but yeah, it's a good point.
Oh, that would be a cool cab.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Carl, are you getting a Wonderland, Carl?
I'm leaning towards the Turtles.
The Turtles.
Yes, yeah. So they obviously going to learn from this first cabinet, and that was my thought process when I pulled out my pledge and went with the playing cards. Enough people had gotten the launch off successfully, and I knew it was coming to market, so I said perfect. But I am having a little bit of FOMO now because I think you missed it. You weren't quite on the show yet. I think the Wonderland, now that I see it, I see what people are doing and modding and tweaking it and adding their own personalities to it and the quirkiness of Alice in Wonderland. I think Alice in Wonderland is a more intriguing IP than I gave it credit for. Now that I see what people's imaginations have done with the cabinet, so I'm excited for what's happening with that cabinet, and I think it's only going to get better and better as people keep adding to it. I can't wait until a Mystery Encoder and Team Encoder, those guys get to poke around with the code. Hopefully they can make some improvements on the games and make totally different, objectives from the game. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And this is just a start, like I said before, for Wonderland Amusement, but I'm hoping other people get on board and start making the pinball accessible at a much lower price than what we've been used to prior to this product. So I'm excited for it, man. So to answer your question, I don't think I'm going to get this one, but I almost bought it. I almost bought it when the eBay listing came back up for $9.99 and free shipping. I definitely put it in my cart, and I think my wife walked by and I went ahead and clicked it off. But I had a
I
viral
was just
video.
joking.
I had a viral video that went crazy last month, and made more money than I made the whole time I've been on YouTube.
Jeez.
In one video, so I had the money sitting there, and I had it in the cart. I almost pulled the trigger, but I think I'm still leaning towards the Turtles. But as I see more and more of this Alice in Wonderland, it's going to be tough when it does come out, because I don't think
Okay.
you're going to be able to have the same type of imagination with the Turtles. So
Do
I'm
you-
a modder. I
No.
like tinkering. I like changing it and making it mine. And so we'll see.
Do you recall, Kevin, when Jerry was on the show, did you have any kind of rough time frame on Turtles?
I don't think they shared the ETA on it yet.
I mean, they've teased it. He talked about it. They've got it on their website. Obviously, people know about it, but I couldn't remember if he teased a time frame or not. But
I want to say that they said Q4, but my life runs together in a lot of things. That's
Yeah.
the answer. So I
'Cause I-
could be wrong.
Because I'm thinking, Carl, you can spend your viral video money on Alice and then do another viral video because, you know, those things just you know, just little hard work and magic makes those things happen. And, you know, then you can afford turtles too.
You could buy them both, is what he's saying. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Alice is looking very intriguing. I'm liking what people are doing.
You got to have it in your house within the next like week and a half. I feel it.
I definitely, I'm a big fan of pinball, and I definitely want to have a real, a mechanical pen in the house. And I'm not a fan of the full size of anything. It's like if I can enjoy it at a smaller scale, I definitely don't have any problem with that. So
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Cool.
What about you, Mo? You got the iconic over there. What's your interest in the 3/4, 80%, pinball mechanical? Do you care? Do you play virtual
So
pinball? Do you play any pinball?
my ALP 4K has been collecting done since I downloaded Ninja Turtles. Like, bro, it's so hard to have time in the day to play it. That being said, when Wonderland put their thing up, I was very interested in it. I followed B's coverage of it a lot. I followed your coverage of it a lot. I'm still disappointed you in this day that you just decided to get a deck of cards after you almost got me to spend like $1,000. But I digress. It's cool. Like what they're doing is cool. It's nice to see like that kind of step to be able to provide a mechanical pinball experience for at first it was 800 and now it's what $1,100, $1,000. You know what I mean? Like it's cool to see that because it shows that this is possible. Just to get it under. I mean, I'm probably pretty sure the margins for that's like slim, like razor thin, but it's being done. And the fact it's being done to show that other IPs like they're working on Turtles, excited for that. For me, it's more of space is a premium, and being able to fit that in, like it's like it would literally have to take the place of something. I looked at the X Arcade yesterday before I started messing with the game thing, and I looked at it and I was like, if I put you in the basement, but no,
Yeah.
seriously, but seriously, I like what they're doing. I like the attempt, and I think that them getting feedback, whether it's positive or negative, it helps so that they can make the next product better. The fact that they got this out for as much as they did for Kickstarter people at that price point is a miracle. Like honestly, you know what I mean? Like with just the options and still constantly updating the code from what I understand and everything else, that is an amazing feat. And a lot of people don't give them credit for that because it's easy for people like, oh, this is simplistic, this is this or whatever else, right? But there's just something about something being magical of you getting it in your hand and becoming captivated with it. I think we've all had that experience, whether it be with an arcade cabinet or Warhammer figures or statues, whatever your vice is, you know what I mean? Like when you touch it, even if you like you can't stand something, you're just like, bro, it gets there and you're just like, oh wow. And I think that's the effect of this Wonderland pinball table right now, and I think that that's going to go forward in the future. So if they can really just dial it in and get the QA under and whatever issues they're having as far as like logistics and shipping and whatever else, dude, if they get that under control by the time the next one comes out, dude, I think it'll be great. For me, it's fine. It would literally go in the garage next to Cruising USA and freaking off road. For me, that's a travesty because it doesn't belong out there. But I definitely would like to get into this. Definitely.
Well, I'm gonna do a little test since everyone was giving me grief for raising the price $100. Since I know Detroit Love is right on the fence. I dropped the link and I dropped the retail down to $9.99.99. It's the Detroit special.
Look at that.
Just because I know a good man is on the fence, I figured there might be another one out there.
One night only.
Yeah. I don't know how long
Whoa.
that price lock will stay on there, but if there's anyone who was on the fence, who was mad at me for being a
That's your
jerky old capitalist who wants to make a profit in life.
that's your insider special that they'll hate
There's
us
your
for
there's
doing.
your insider special. Give the whoever's in the chat tonight, go ahead and save $100.
That's pretty cool.
He's like, if you'll excuse me, I have a PayPal to attend to.
I have to. I gotta go, guys. Yeah.
There you go.
I got something I got to do on my phone, and you're on my phone right now. And I can't find the charger for my iPad, so
Okay.
go.
So for clarification, before B Kirby tries to take off and make a purchase because he got that sale money,
He's gonna go buy 17 of them.
How long is this deal going on? So everybody in the chat knows the availability. Is it to the end of the show? Because if it is, we can end the show now and then call. But no, seriously, how long are you flipping the switch for the Detroit Love Special?
Let's see. I'll give. Let's see. People are gonna probably watch over the weekend. Last time, I think I caught some grief. I'll run that through the weekend. All right, because I know. Last time I ran a little deal, people were like, "I hate you." I was at work. I missed the show live, and if a man's at work, he should be able to.
Deal.
He should be able to come home and get his pinball machine. So there you go. I extended it out. That give you $100 off. There's the link through the end of the weekend.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I took advantage of your last insider deal.
People always do. I mean, it's an easy
Twice.
sale. Yeah,
You did. Yeah, you got 2 of those dynamos, didn't you?
2 in one night. Yeah.
You help clear those out. I didn't want any lower priced Street Fighters in the market because I knew this bad boy was coming out. So.
Mm-hmm. So what you was no, let me say that. I almost said that out loud. That'd have been a whole clip. Let me stop.
Go ahead. The internet forgets, Mo. They forget. They won't remember what you said tomorrow.
So Kevin, are you saying that you openly admitted to manipulating the market to remove old stock because you knew a new product was coming out? Is that
that's called inventory management?
And that's gonna get flipped. It's gonna get flipped.
That's right. Oh shit! I have to update the MSRP. It needs to be $1 million. I forget. I texted that to somebody. I'm just gonna start trolling other channels. Just start setting the MSRPs at $1 million, like for everything. It's how much I value it. It's worth $1 million to me.
It's free promotion, right? Every time they put it up there in one of their community posts or do a YouTube short, there you go.
No, through the weekend. So Sunday midnight.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Get your paycheck tomorrow. Get liquored up Saturday, and then while you're still feeling good, go ahead and buy yourself a pinball machine.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Damn.
Try to give the people some value here. Try to be nice every now and then.
Do your taxes quickly, see what your refund's going to be, and then blow it all in one shot.
I saw my taxes. Terrible.
I have 0 refund. I actively owe several $1,000.
Yes,
Bro.
I shorted my agent $1,000. I got to tell my wife. I gotta go pay her.
So Kevin, just so we're clear, when this ships, this will come with boxes A and B, right?
I don't understand the question.
Oh, too soon.
No.
No, if you order it tonight, Mo, I promise I will send both boxes to Detroit Love.
Brother, I don't have room for it. Shoot, I might be getting rid of this AtGames. I don't have room for it. There are too many cool things, bro. And yeah. So
okay. So now I don't think first of all, B's back.
Time to restart the show. What did I miss?
So
there we go.
Deal.
No. My turn. Hold on.
Oh,
so
wait.
You left when I was literally gonna stop eating pho so I could hop in here while you were in your car and say hello to you, and you abandoned me.
That was intentional.
Was it fan-fucking-tastic?
It was delicious, dude. Listen, the chili crunch, dude, that I got, dude, has a nice amount of numbing spice, dude. My mouth is still kind of tingly. It was great, dude.
I mean, we're talking pho names right now. I mean, the best pho restaurant in Vegas is literally Pho Kim Long. It's open till 3 a.m. It's available for anybody on the strip to check out whenever you want to. So, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But
allegedly.
So wrong.
Wow.
So wrong. So, B, you missed. We got a little price drop on Wonderland. That's good through the weekend. You know.
Oh, yeah,
so
special. Yeah.
Anybody?
Just call it the D Love and B, the D and B special. There you go.
Now, where is that at? Is that on eBay or is that on Wall?
That's that we have our own website. It's vminnovations.com. That's the like Spreetail's direct website.
Okay,
so
that's clears it up. Okay.
yeah.
I'll post that as a community post after the show's over. But here it is on screen. A little long, but we'll get that posted.
She said.
Very nice.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. We can't make those jokes because B Kirby blew through the adult budget with the 3 S bombs in 5.
I know, man. We try to space those. We haven't been able to discuss the girth of any of these machines.
Right.
Gosh.
This is the part where
The
B
guy
just
from
leaves
Chicago.
the stream again. He just disappears right after joining.
It doesn't reset the timer, bro. We're locked.
That's right.
We're locked.
Yeah. I mean, you're
There's
the
my
average
guy.
length of your show anyways. I mean, you already had an hour and a half, right? Like, isn't this a 2-hour show normally?
This is well, it depends. Our second episode was 5 hours, so we try to keep it within half of that, I'd say. But
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now you missed the iconic chat. So yeah, a lot of.
I would be
good stuff.
excited for the iconic arcade, but I don't love the price point. That's like my when I talk
Ooh.
about value between this product on the screen at $800, right? $850 for their Kickstarter versus $800 iconic arcade. I think that's where I put my money towards. Like, I'm getting like a lot of like physical things for $800 versus something I've seen like a Pi 5 and I think it's a beautiful cabinet, but for just me, the value, I don't know. Maybe I have to be sold on like. Is that what are you showing? What are you looking at? Is that
Oh,
something?
dude, this is the Hot Toys Mark III Iron Man Golden Copper that just dropped, and this was like $500. Yeah, dude. Like I said,
Well, I
dude,
know my toys, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's last year when I covered both products. I think that's kind of why I'm holding back on getting iconic right away, right? So that's
Now,
just
now, what if we do apples to apples, right? Because you're saying you had the $7.99 for the Kickstarter. If you were an iconic pre-order, you're at $550.
oh was okay. It was at
Because
550.
they gave because of the delay, they got $150 off. So
That's right.
So I don't know what's the better value at those two price points. I do like the idea of a pinball though. I mean I think that's pretty novel, but
I think for
Yeah,
pre.
$599. What, $550? You said like the
$550,
average
that was-
price of like what an XL was. So I think that was
That's even
that was like
that's even less. I mean, I haven't paid less than $600 for an XL, and that that $550 also includes shipping. That's I mean, MOAT had it shipped like 2 states
Yeah.
away and paid like $500 in shipping. So
Ridiculous.
okay.
yeah.
Well, if it
yeah,
comes
that-
back
that
to that
was-
price at a pre-order level, then I would consider it potentially. But yeah, at its current thing, I got scared when you said it last week, and I was like, oh.
So,
Uh,
are there is it the title or like would there be other games like let's say in the same form factor that you feel would be worth like as much as $7.99? For again what you said, basically an empty box of Pi 5. But is there a certain like execution that you'd be
Title?
like,
I think we really need to see new titles that really haven't come out to really kind of show that. Like I've always backed innovation, right? Like I backed the very first racing cabinet that came out from Arcade One Up just purely because I wanted to see what Outrun was like. In fact, I was on the Rexer show because he was curious about what it was like. Everybody was. Could a home arcade company pull off something other than joysticks and buttons? And the bench was a miss, and for whatever it was. I backed Buck Hunter, even though I had zero nostalgia for it. But I was like, I'm curious what a light gun would look like in this form factor. And same thing with Alice, right? It was the first mechanical home pinball machine. And so it was like, I like to back innovative things that have not made it to market before. I think the Street Fighter cabinet is beautiful. We've seen just so many versions of it, right? Like I need to see a new title using that hardware. That would make me back it and be like, okay, now it's worth it getting into this. Like, give me something that we haven't seen before. That's what I would think would make it worth that price point. So I don't know if that's preaching to the choir, but that's kind of what I would be looking for.
No,
Well,
I
it
think
does-
you're 100% right because and sorry to cut you off, Paul, but
No, good.
as we get into these higher price points, and we are getting better quality. Like that's understood. But I think we're getting out of the sort of impulse buy, right? Like Arcade One Ups, you could see one, it could go on sale. You're like, dude, $3.99, whatever. Dude, I'll throw that in my basement. Like that's some rounding up money on my bills. Like we're cool there. But I had the same exact reaction with the Alice Goes to Wonderland pinball machine where I was like, I played the pinball machine. I'm like, okay, this is a solid product. Like mechanically, like they're on the right track. I said you've definitely got something here, but then I'm looking at, I'm like, okay, but I probably only have space for one, maybe two pinball machines. If I'm only going to have one or two pinball machines, like maybe Alice isn't the first. Maybe Alice isn't the one I get. I want to see what they come out with. 2 or 3 titles in, but I think that is just a good point, and we should acknowledge like we are getting into some higher price points, and you might not be a fan of the Street Fighter cab. You might be like, dude, I've seen plenty of Street Fighters. There's been 100 different versions of it. Personally, I'm excited for Double Dragon. That's a controversial topic, apparently. Like let's get the war started in chat. But I mean, I'm really excited
Well.
You stupid console gamer.
You wanted to
asshole.
start this tonight, didn't you? Huh?
Well, let me step back for a second though, because B, you brought up something that was kind of interesting, because you talked not just about like new titles, but also the functionality of it. Like you were one of the sort of first people to really talk about Time Crisis and how different that was, and backing that sort of innovation, whatever you want to call it. And of course, you did that whole like test market scenario where you put it out there, you let people play it and see if it got beat up and all that. So I find myself thinking, like, is it more than just the title, but literally you're talking about the innovation? Like you want, let's say, whatever, a flying game, racing game, different kind of shooter, whatever. So you're actually talking about more than just, more than just like, I don't know, say Tekken, which is another fighting game, but you want to see something that's also innovating in the design of the cabinet, the execution, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think so. Like I'll go to Blitz, for example, back when arcade went up, put in one of the first 48-way, like what is it? Joysticks, 49. Right? I don't 49-way joysticks.
Yeah, right.
But they never used that technology in anything else. And I was like, what a waste of development to like not use that in something else. Because I was like, that was part of one of those like, oh, not only is it a cab, but it's using somewhat of a new technology to get closer to, just more accuracy. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I do like to see just different arcade joysticks and controls. Like that's something that I know Glenn is really about, right? And so he loves being able to do arcade accurate controls and things. So a combination of a new title with that, I'd love to see. I know we've been talking about like the Model 3 hardware for a long time. If they ever got Model 3 or just even Model 2 stuff up and running, I mean, there's so many good games that use analog controls that would be amazing to kind of get there. And so I don't know what the commercial viability would be for a Model 2 or Model 3 emulator, but I love that library. I would love to see any games from that catalog in an arcade format, in a home arcade format, and I would love it. So
well, I mean, you bring up a good point, though, be about the commercial viability of it. Like your 49-way joystick, unless you're going to go out there with, I don't even know how many games, like Sinistar, maybe like Arch Rivals or something. I think there's only like a handful of games that could take advantage of, which they could have. But like, could you see I don't know, maybe you could see a Sinistar dedicated cabinet. I don't know what the market is for that. It would be interesting. Maybe Arch Rivals, that was fairly popular, I think, for a while. But compared to Blitz, that obviously had the bigger commercial appeal. So I think that's probably the other half of it. And obviously, Kevin, you and I have talked about that a lot. Like a company like Basic Fun's probably not going to go there. Maybe Iconic would.
I think that'd be one of those things. Oh, sorry, Kevin. Come on back.
No, Mo, you get after.
No, I was just gonna say I think that would be an opportunity though for like big companies do it, like Hasbro. They do Kickstarters for like certain projects or whatever to see if something gets funded or not. I think it'd be interesting to see one of the arcade companies to go and like kickstart something. Let's use Sinistar for example because we're talking about it, right? To go on there and be like, hey, you guys want Sinistar? Here's the amount to get a Kickstarter. You're guaranteed this, and this. I think that would be something like, try to push the envelope and be like, okay, cool. And then see if that model actually works in this space. Because everybody can say, oh, I want this cabinet, this cabinet, this cabinet. But if they don't buy it, then you've not only had all these cabinets produced for like no reason, but then they end up back in the day and you see them $50 in this place or in Ollie's or something like that. You know what I mean? I think somebody should take a shot and literally direct to consumer or kickstart Afterburner Yeah, I said it. Kickstart Afterburner. Do it, you coward. You won't. You
Well,
won't.
and Paul, you kind of made the comment like, would a basic fund do something more innovative or more like even in the higher end space?
Yeah.
Um, there's no reason they couldn't, right? Like they have all of the ability to do the products. They have the means and the connections, and they have licensing connections for all the other lines that they run. So there's really no reason they would be at a disadvantage to do something bigger. I think the question is going to be, especially with the higher price points here, how does the community support it, right? I
Right.
think if basic fund's going to be watching, and if they see, oh wow, there is a market for these kind of higher end, maybe a little more niche in some place games, they'll probably be willing to make the investment. If this is a KI Pro repeat, they'll probably be like, see, yeah, like every time someone says, "Oh, we're going to do a community thing," they get burned. Then,
Well, that was
they
also
probably don't. Now,
yeah.
there's nuance there. I'm not.
Okay.
I was just making a reference point that everyone
Sure.
understood, right?
Sure.
So I'm curious. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. But yeah.
Well, this comment from Charlie Murphy, I think, this is one. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the community has asked for Daytona for years, and now that's not to say like, oh well, no one's ever done a driving game, but the last driving game we had was Fast and Furious from what 3 years ago, maybe, and that was not necessarily executed the way a lot of people wanted. So to me, it's like you do a Daytona in a Supreme size cabinet with decent controls. What's not to love? Who's not going to buy that?
Yeah, well, I
Multiple
mean,
ones. Yeah, that would be huge. That would
Daytona is, I mean, that's printing money, right?
Right.
If whoever
Right.
whoever comes out with the Daytona cab, like you're gonna win, you're gonna get the bag, as the kids would say, right? So
Yes, if they do it properly. But that's
uh,
also my fear, though, is it's
yeah.
like, oh, well, we're only going to do the whatever small, scaled down, cheaper, whatever. And that's not really what this community, at least, is moving toward. I get that the mass market, to some degree, needs that for a price point. But I would argue that this community is kind of like, yeah, been there, done that. We don't necessarily want the cheaper controls. We don't necessarily want the stuff without a good marquee, without a coin. We want those quality of life kinds of features now.
So yeah, so then I mean, all I'm hearing is dollars, right? So first off, we want to go get the more expensive license, but then we also want the more expensive controls, and then we want the bigger cabinet. And like very, very quickly, you can see how this goes to. All right, so are there 3,000 people that want a $1,000 Daytona cab? I'm sure there's 1,000 people.
Right.
I'd go so far as to say I could definitely sell 1,500 of those.
As a Supreme, if it's done properly, I don't doubt that you'd sell 1,000 of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe here's
But,
I have a question about just even development costs versus like the physical cabinet costs. Because I look at the Wonderland pinball, and for the amount of like pure stuff that's in there at the sub 1,000 price point is like you couldn't buy those parts for that amount like of what's under the hood, right? And so, but like for a cabinet that is it all just development cost probably to be able to make it at that price point? Like I sometimes I don't understand, the shell and the pie and the development versus like all the stuff. Like that's the thing that still blows my mind about the mechanical pinball. And then even there's custom code development, right? That was not a pre-existing Alice in Wonderland game. They had to do code in there. So that's why it still boggles my mind how they got it at that price point. So maybe that's where like it threw the whole game of like, what does it really cost to manufacture this machine then to make it come out at that price point compared to a shell and a Pi 5 and a screen, right?
Well,
and I think we keep doing it. Go ahead.
It's all right. It's all right, Mo. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say go to the racing thing. And I think like when it comes to like a racing cabin, like something like this, the juice might not be worth the squeeze. You know what I mean? Like if you remember back in the day when AtGames was talking about putting out the racer, and remember that whole big thing, and they were talking about it was gonna be like $450, $500, and it didn't come out. And I think the reason it didn't come out is because, dude, like that cost to produce it. is probably like way higher than what we even think it's gonna be. You know what I mean? So even something like
Right.
Daytona USA, where even if they didn't do a sit down, they did a stand up version of it. You know what I mean? Like it might just be too high to even feasibly put out to market, unless it's like through some kind of special means.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to ask, like, so
agree.
where are they making money from Daytona currently? That they feel the license has to be, whatever X dollars. I mean, are they pumping out Daytona iterations every year on PlayStation? No. So what?
I would love to, do like where you protect the witness's identity and they're just like a shadow. I'd love to bring in a licenser and just ask them the questions like, why would you rather have $0 than $100,000? Because I want $100,000.
Right.
Ooh, yo, can you do it in the Waylon Smithers voice from like when he was standing in the shadows? I want to know about Mr. Burns.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we finally got a mod. All right, now we'll be professional. 2 hours in.
Oh,
Josh, you're late to work.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
fellas, I don't mean to cut you guys off. I
You
gotta
can
get
start
going.
now.
Oh, okay. Now we get Josh is here. All right. Well, hey, Bill,
All right, Bill,
thank you
nice
for.
meeting
I gotta take off. It's good being on
Congrats.
with all you guys.
Good luck with the house,
And,
Bill.
Congrats on the new place, Bill.
Thank you. I'll be unpacking stuff for months.
Yes,
I'd
you
be
will.
I'd be cordial, but you haven't said you want to FT5 me, so yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
What,
man.
what was that?
I'm kidding.
What, I didn't, what did you say?
I said I would be cordial, but you have not said that you wanted to FT5 me. Then I said, congratulations.
What the hell's
on
FT5?
What did I even join in the middle of? What's going on?
All bets are settled with a first to 5 Street Fighter match is what we're
Yeah,
doing.
man.
Sounds
Yeah,
like-
no, man. You'd beat me at that. I don't play Street Fighter. I mean,
I don't listen. It could be Uno. I don't care. I just
you'd
like
kill me at that.
He said it could be
No.
It could be Uno, bro. I don't care.
Bill, thanks
I'm kidding,
for
Bill.
joining us, man.
head to hand.
All right, guys.
Crush.
Good being on with all you guys. Have a good one.
Good luck with the move.
Later.
Later.
And Josh has joined us. But hey, well, before we move on to anything else, I did want to pull this up quickly. So John said Outrun's definitely doable, just not Daytona and Sega Rally. I don't know if that was specifically in regard to the licensing comment or anything else, but I am curious about the why behind
I
that.
think it's just probably because of all you have to think about it. If you play Daytona, there's a lot of licensing on vehicles and all that other stuff, and you probably pull all that out.
Maybe is that
I think
I imagine that's what
I was watching. He said it was licensing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Further up, he said Daytona's not feasible licensing wise. Even Sega Rally has licensing issues. So, yeah, I wonder.
right.
You might be right there, Moat. If you got to go to each of these car manufacturers and get permission to have their logo in your video game, it's going to be WrestleFest 2.0.
Nate, Daytona USA had like Ford in it, bro. It had like Chevy in it, bro. Gallup was in there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
My favorite racing game of all time, though, is Outrun 2. So I mean, if that could happen, if you're talking about licensing standpoint and modern games, it's just a bunch of Ferraris, right? But Outrun 2,
just a bunch of Ferraris.
Just like my garage.
that's way modern hardware there. I don't think that would run on a Pi. So just saying, it would be like a different version. But we digress. Where's the show going? Is there an endpoint, or did we cover all your topics?
I thought we were just yapping.
Throw something in here. I heard they're making an Outrun movie.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Google it. Just
why?
Can I just say for the record that if I can't get Daytona, I would like this.
I don't
Okay,
because if it's not done right, what's the point? Like literally, it would be a stand up. So you would have to literally get a sit down to do this. I personally don't want to stand up Crazy Taxi.
There's an arcade version that was a stand up.
Right, that's what I said. I was like, and I don't want one. I'm
Oh, you don't want to? Okay.
I don't want to stand up. You guys can stand up and step on it and whatever else all you want to. Me, nah, bro. I don't care if I'm losing weight, bro. I want to be a fat kid and sit in the seat. You know what I mean? So, hey, that's just me, though. That's just me.
To answer your question, B-Kong, no, there's no direction. There's vaguely even a purpose to what it is we do here. So if at any point your life has anything remotely valuable that you need to attend to, no one here will be offended.
No.
sometimes you just keep going because people keep talking. So
Yeah,
That's
and
what
we
I said. I've learned to accept the yap, bro. That's
yeah,
what
it's gonna
that's
happen.
kind of how it goes. And we watch that. We see how many people are still here, and when the numbers keep going up, then we tend not to stop. That's the problem.
Is that a new guitar behind you, Kevin?
No, it's the same one I always had, Josh.
Really? What kind is it?
Look at this. I want to see.
It's
Is
not.
that
Okay,
Look at
okay,
this is
Kevin.
just my
Okay,
latest
okay, Josh.
party.
I have a question. Oh, that's what's up.
Wait, tell us more here, B. What's going on?
Well, I was just showing because somebody was like, show off the Wonderland. So like it is fixed, right? It's there, but like, since this isn't tied down to the plywood, right? So this is the only area that doesn't have posts kind of pushed in. So there is still like a little bit of like you can see like the reflection moving, but it still plays 10,000 times better than it did before. Like the ball path isn't like changing dramatically like it was. But the only other like big complaint that I have about this, it looks good with the lighting, but it's a very dark game. It needs additional lighting to be able to kind of like see things. And so when Peter had those little like spotlights, at first I was like, why do you need it? But like if you're playing in the dark without any lighting, you can't see shit on the playfield. And so most real pinball machines will have lamps that are like lighting up certain sections of the playfield, and this has 0 lamps besides just the little LEDs on here, and then there's 2 lamps in the back there for backlighting. So it's a very dark game. So just from quality control standpoint, obviously they need to fix that, but I can see them making some future improvements with lighting. But just the quality of like the side art being included, it's just such a beautiful machine. And I think you were saying it earlier, the number of mods like Carl, right? Like we've seen on this already, like that gets me excited. That gets me back to when arcade went up for like $150 and people were just getting creative and crazy because it was like, hey, it's cheap enough for me to like be okay with modding this machine. Get a $7,000, $8,000 pinball machine. You're like, I don't want to touch that. I don't want to mess with anything because it's so valuable, right? But a sub $1,000 pinball machine, I can make this my own. Like some of my favorite mods obviously have been some of the flipper mods. I saw some trees on this little thing over here too. It's been fun to watch the community, do this to their own, and everybody's kind of sharing ideas. And at some point, there is a pinball third market modding community that may start to make these for other people. Right now everybody's just buying stuff on Amazon, but I can see a good market for this. So I just wanted to showcase some like last minute thoughts on this as we.
So B, is this a table you would recommend for like people to get their feet wet and learn how to actually maintain and take care of it? Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like it has all the core pinball elements that you would see in a full-size pinball machine. Like yes, the ball's smaller, but like look, metal form wire ramps, like there's $6,000 machines that still have plastic ramps instead of metal form ramps, right?
Wow.
This used to be a sign of like, oh my gosh, there's a wire form on here. And like when I first saw the design of this, it's a typical what's called a fan layout, right? So you have shots that are just kind of progressing from left to right. So it's like a very typical type of pinball layout. You have ramps, you have an inner loop, an outer loop, pop bumpers, a lane, a multi-ball, which is really hard to hit. I've not even done a multi-ball yet in this game. So people are saying that it's basic and not fun. Like I've yet to unlock a multi-ball, which is part code and part troublesome, but it has like basic elements where good pinball machine is easy to learn, hard to master. And it kind of has that feel to it. Like you can get in there and flip, but I don't think anybody else I've seen scores over 1 million. And I have 1.5 million on like my highest score, but it's tough to get there. So as simplistic as it is, I think it would be a good first pinball machine for people that are just learning mechanical pinball.
Okay.
It's good.
And Kevin, do you want to quickly just mention the promotion? I saw a comment here in the chat, but you want to talk about what you got going for the weekend?
Oh yeah. So if you didn't see it, we shared a link a little bit earlier for the people complaining about retail prices. We'll run a promo through the weekend. Got it at that $9.99 through vminnovations.com. So if you were saving up the $1,000 and seeing a little price jump gave you some heartburn, go ahead. We'll take care of you. Still at that $9.99. So throwing that out there through the weekend. So if anyone's watching this tomorrow morning or Saturday morning, they can still get that price. So
and
trying to help the people.
And to add on to that, I think if there was a mod there that could pin that link to the top of the chat, so it doesn't have to be searched for, that'd be great. And D Love has a credit card that I would like to utilize to place my order for this pinball, and I'll run it through its paces.
I don't know how to do that. So
Well, we'll get it posted.
Well, you don't know how to pin a comment. Just click on the comment and click the three dots, and you should have a pin option.
comment.
Or Paul could probably do it if he's got a window open.
You can do it through. I can't. I don't think I can do it through.
No, just open up the YouTube one and
Through
do
stream,
it.
right? It's got to be through YouTube.
Yeah, I just have a window popped up.
Yeah, and it's pretty far back there in the chat, but we'll post it on. We'll do a community post on the channel. Make sure you guys can find it over the weekend. But yeah, no, for what you were saying, B, I feel like if you're just getting into it, I mean that barrier to entry for a physical pinball table is so high, and I wouldn't even want to get into like the used market. I know people that are comfortable, that are comfortable doing that, but to me, it's just as soon as you pull the you see all the wires and it's just like, oh my gosh, if anything ever goes wrong, I don't know where I would start to fix that. So I feel like this is at least a little bit more approachable, and you're doing for $1,000. I kind of feel like do something wrong, it's not like I just spent $10,000 on this thing.
I think the thing with the modding, and a lot of people are even afraid to touch their arcade one-ups and open it and like touch a PC.
Yeah.
But most physical things like can be fixed if something breaks. You just kind of have to be able to, be comfortable enough to take a look at it. And like I've had PCBs hanging off of like one wire just to do things, just to see it. And so a lot of these things are pretty durable. People think of me as like, oh, you're a modder, you know how to do these things, you're all comfortable. Like I had zero arcade experience before jumping into this hobby. I'm just like a curious guy that like likes to take things apart, and I just learned. So when I bought my first Star Wars real pinball machine, it was a used machine, $5,000. Kind of like you, I was afraid to open it and touch it for almost like a year and a half, 2 years. I played it as is, and it was a dirty playfield. I was like, I'm just gonna flip it. I didn't know much about it. But I finally took the plunge. I was like, all right, I'm going to get in there. I'm going to learn how to wax it. I'm going to learn how to mod and see the wires. And the more you do it or just try it, I think it helps demystify it. And so This is a good machine that could help you kind of demystify. Even people are like, oh my God, you don't want to take apart the whole play. It was literally like, these are just hex screws and then a Phillips screwdriver. And you take it apart and then you put it back in. And it was like, it took a little bit of time, but taking it off and putting it in, there wasn't any like rocket science to it, right? Like you put together furniture, like it almost made me think, besides like these like hard mechanical parts, like the pop bumpers and the flippers, everything else is kind of like mouse. I don't want to say like mousetrap. Like you could have almost sent it disassembled and had people put it together. Like it was almost, when I was putting it back together, like I could follow step by step and put this together if it would have saved money. The electronics on the other side, though, that's a different story. The playfield itself, putting everything and screwing everything in, was fairly simple. So I'm curious about the long-term durability. Like these parts are plastic. And then when Peter mentioned the playfield doesn't need to be waxed or cleaned, I was like, anytime there's rubber, this rubber will eventually
That'll
get
wear.
on the ball, and then it will start having ball trails. So you absolutely will have to clean your playfield at some point in time. Like recommended at least 6 months or like every year, or once you start seeing lines and ball tracks is when you clean it. You don't have to put it on a certain time frame. It's just when you start to see it, because the rubbers, the black rubbers, will get onto the ball. You will start to see it on the playfield, and that's when you need to clean it. So eventually they're gonna have to be like, here's what we recommend to clean the playfield, which is simply simple cleaning and wax.
So now that you've made that point, though, about sort of this being a good starting point for getting into mechanical pinball, this is Dre Gott. Thank you for the super chat. This is kind of an interesting question. So, B, how do you feel about? And I'll open this up to anyone really. Alice in Wonderland that you're showing here versus the AtGames 4KP. If you could only buy one, what do you think is the better value? And I know they're vastly different, but for your money, if you only have one, where'd you go?
I mean, it kind of depends on what you're looking like. Multicade versus a physical pinball experience. Like once I got into the physical pinball world, it was hard to go back. And I started in virtual pinball, and I still love virtual pinball, and I play it occasionally. But the physical way to like manipulate the table and the ball, like that's where the challenge. Just like when you're trying to do DPs and try to get that perfect execution on a hitbox mode. Like pinball gives you that same, every game is different, and I'm going to approach it a different way and adapt. And so there's just something about that I've loved about physical pinball machines. that virtual machines, I just can't replicate it, right? Sometimes there's a physical nudge button where you press the button, it nudges. And some machines have a potentiometer where if you shake it, it kind of feels that
It's
way
still
too.
not
And
the
those are more
same.
advanced machines. It's different. It's not the same. But nudging is the key to good pinball playing. Like if you're not nudging, you're not trying. And if you can't do that on a virtual machine and you just let it fall down the middle, right? That's not, you're not playing it. So that's why like once people get it, and like there's a little posting at the bottom of this, like save, and getting the ball to bounce off this post or like have a dead flip to come over here. Like once you start learning how to control, it just becomes really fun. So I really enjoy the physical pinball because of those elements, but it took me a while to get into it. So
Well, now, and this has
it's gonna
different
be,
physics,
yeah.
though, right? I mean, compared to a full-size pin, this would have different. Did it take you a long time to kind of adapt to the different size of every, the scale, basically?
Yeah, I would say yes and no. I'm Moat knows I'm a fighting game player. So in the FGC, when you play a fighting game, and you play multiple matches, you adjust very quickly. So whether it's and I'll talk about Rexer's point in the chat. Whether it's fast or slow, I can still kick your ass. It doesn't matter because you're gonna adjust
Mm.
really quickly to whatever version of the game you're playing. You walk up to an arcade, it could be bad hardware, it could be old hardware, you could have a sticky button.
Yeah,
Whoever's going up to the arcade is going to adjust really quickly.
you're
So
right.
same thing with pinball. Like, yes, I'll notice it for the first couple of flips, but you adjust quickly by game two or something, and then you just go from there. And same thing with any fighting game button sticks that you do. Maybe something may not be perfect, but a good player, whether you're, starting out, you'll get into it quick and see how to get through it. But the ball does move very similarly once you start getting the feel of it. I still would have liked to have seen them use like full size pinball hardware just so it could be swapped easier.
Mm.
I really worry about 5, 10 years from now, like will parts be available at this size or whatnot, like the flipper mechanics and things. Because as a mechanical machine, good pinball machines are still working 30 years later. If there's still parts, then you can find replacement stuff for it. Will this last 30 years? I don't know what the life cycles of this is going to be, right? So that's probably where the long-term investment may be better at the virtual side, because that's going to be a 10-year question that we don't know until these are out there for that long.
Well, given that your price of entry is so much lower, I almost feel like that's a risk you can take, though. $10,000 real machine, you do want that to last for a couple
And it's been
decades.
proven. Those machines
Right.
are proven to like have done that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. So I kind of feel like, and I get it. People complain about an arcade one-up machine at $400 that has a PCB that goes out. Yeah, that sucks, and I get that. But that's also a lot different than maybe a $3,000 full-size arcade machine. If that had its full motherboard, go bad within a couple years of ownership, that'd be a totally different thing. So, I don't know. I feel like for the
If I
money,
can jump in too, I like to say even with the full pinball, when you go to different arcades,
Mhm.
that same game is going to play different at a different because they're not going to
100.
do maintenance. Things are going to get broken. You get there, it times
100.
out, and so there's no same experience on two different pinball tables. Period. Even if they're the same exact table, that's just the reality of it, and you have to make the adjustment. I play a lot of uh, cornhole. You know what I mean? And that's the game anybody can play, but you have to be able to adjust. People got cheap bags,
Whether
cheap boards, all kinds of floppy
powder's a little
bags.
different.
They're going to bounce, they're going to slide. You know what I mean? But all these games come down to it. It comes down to the opponent you're playing. If you're playing against Moat versus playing against Paul, you're going to adjust your game if you're
yeah, you
going
are.
to have if you're going to have any success. But to the question, I know someone in the Wonderland fan page. They said, "Man, once I start playing this Wonderland, it's kind of hard to go back to the 4K,
Virtual.
the 4K."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of virtual. I have virtual. I have my VR set, the Meta Quest, and I have the haptic feedback, and that gets the closest to playing real ball because you can nudge it now. You know what I mean? So I love that, and so it's kind of hard for me just to go back to my regular VPX games. I have more options to play on VPX than I do on the virtual, but I love playing that virtual because of the elements of being able to nudge and be able to, you know what I mean? It feels closer. So I love playing pinball. I go up to the arcade all the time. I just never, I just can never make sense of paying five, six, $10,000 for something that I can just go up to a cabinet and play all I want and be out of 20, $30 tops. You know what I mean? Uh, so to be able to come for $1,000, that's what excites me because it is entry level. It is the gateway to the pinball drug if that's your choice. But even the people that love mechanical pinball, that spends money, have several real pinballs, this pinball table makes sense to them as well because they're like, if I'm willing to spend 5,000 on the table, why wouldn't I pay $1,000 on the table? Because you always want to have that table that the kids can play on, that the drunk people can play on. You know what I mean? Even
Not
for
for
the people
drunk
with real
people.
pinball, it makes sense for this thing to be in their house. And so I see this taking off and being huge for pinheads, home arcade, and just regular folks. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for this table.
Well, like Kong pointed out, I mean, there's maintenance you're going to do, and that's part of
Pinball
the
ownership.
hobby, right? Like,
Right.
well, I said it before. Like, if you like old cars, you're doing some
I was just about to
maintenance.
say
That's
that. I was
that's
just about
part of
to
the
say that.
hobby. You know, you crack open your beer, you're like, oh man, I got to put in some real work this Saturday on my pinball machine, right? Like, oh man, honey, I'm going to be busy all day. I gotta wax my play field, honey.
Bro.
And then she's disappointed because she thought it was a date night.
My
I
wife
digress.
loves my playfield. So,
Hey, I
um,
got a question for you though, B Kong. So,
Hmm?
knowing all the ins and outs of that and everything, what do you think the first thing that might go wrong with that might be, and what would
Yeah.
be the first thing you think you will upgrade?
Well, first thing I'm gonna upgrade after my review is definitely the flipper buttons. Like, I thought it was kind of a huge. I don't know why I didn't notice it on the pre-production versions, but the clicky micro switches on a flipper button, like the response time is good, but just knowing that a leaf switch, like a traditional sandwall switch, I think that would be the best mod. The thing that would go like the things that wear the most fast on a pinball machine are the rubbers, right? So on the slingshots and the flippers, like those will probably be like the first thing to replace at some point. So it should. I'll just switch back over, right? So like these are actual real rubber parts, right? So that could break. At some point, you may need to replace like anything that's a rubber will eventually crack and will need to like be replaced at some point. So they sell replacement rubber posts and things, even the bands here. Otherwise, I don't know what else would break on the machine. There's not much like moving parts. Like maybe the bumpers could eventually. There's solenoid coils underneath, right? So sometimes the solenoids will go bad and the coils may need to be replaced if they're not popping properly. But there's not much else to break. Like this is a spinner. Everything is an opto sensor too. So if you notice, there's no switches on the table. So when it rolls over one of these things, there's a magnetic sensor that the ball underneath. It's a Hall sensor essentially. So there's less things to break on a magnetic sensor, but that sensor could eventually may stop working. So those are all the potential things I pointed out. But yeah, my first bet would just be the rubbers, and then eventually you'll know when it cracks or breaks that you'll need to replace it.
Cool.
And with that, I do have to head out because family is now home. But
Oh, there you go.
I mean, honestly, at some point we should all probably start
Yeah.
heading.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, we're at the.
thanks for jumping in with us, B Kong.
Thank you, B.
No,
right.
thank you.
thank you guys. I'll
Good
see you
night.
guys later.
FT5.
So, I mean, what I took away from that is it really sucks when the rubber breaks. And I think
But
that's
isn't it? But that's life. That's life,
Right.
though. It
That's
I was
life.
waiting on that one.
Rubber bricks.
We always try to leave the chat with a good moral for the day.
What was the moral? Yeah. Wax your play field.
Don't let
and
your
hope the
rubbers
rubber
break.
The rubber don't break. That's right.
That's right.
Yo,
I think we did.
I think that was a lot of knowledge that B dropped that I think went over a lot of people's heads.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's
It sounds like it's an authentic pinball kind of, getting into it. And we kind of talked about like, oh well, like the $10,000 ones, well, they're not going to do this, that, and the third. You could bring, we had I had a Star Trek one, like an old, like the original Star Trek pinball machine. I had one of those growing up. And like, yeah, it worked great until one day the LEDs on the screen or whatever they were, the lights stopped working right, and like the mini game where you would shoot down the Klingons, like started to have lines in it. Like even the big ones aren't immune. It's just when you open the thing up, it's a terrifying first experience.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
What?
I'm not laughing at you, Kevin. I'm reading the chat.
Man, you really do a number on my confidence. I'm like, oh, like,
No.
He's reading Tim
it's
York.
Tim's laugh.
Yeah.
It's Tim's comment. Yeah.
Question for Kevin: how do you decide which titles you want to purchase? Since you are a fan, what would happen if the choice was left to somebody else? Well, so we do market research. It actually takes a little bit of time, right? We'll go through. We'll see, what arcades haven't been made in a while. What people have been asking for. So I mean, someone had asked in the chat earlier, like, "Hey, does Get Loud do anything?" Like, actually, like, yeah. I mean, arcade One Up. They've been in the chat. John's been in the chat. I mean, people are engaging, trying to hey, what are people talking about? Everyone's going to make Qbert next year based on the chat, but not for Josh Dendy. But no, it's market
with Hubert.
Yeah, fuck Qbert. So it's a lot of market research. I think the part that becomes the rub is when we start to get into the real niche titles.
Rubs and rubbers, huh?
When you get into the more niche titles, you still got a factory MOQ. So balancing that out, what's market research? There we go. That is what we're looking for. That's what I do before I email you. It's a industry secret.
He's not in the chat the whole night, but comes in at the very end to say we don't even know what market research is.
Oh, that's because the chat's peaceful now. It's safe.
Oh, that's
safe
true.
to talk.
Safe space. Yeah.
And that's totally not me, by the way. I didn't even realize they were in here. I was just making a goofy name.
Oh no, you're good.
No, I saw your hands moving, dude. I saw your hands moving.
Now that Arcade One Up officials back in the chat, I need you to do me a favor, my main dude. People have been asking where my Time Crisis light guns are, and if you could send them back to me at some point, I would really appreciate it.
Wait, they have your? Wait, are you serious? They have your guns?
They were showing off the Time Crisis machine, but the light guns that they had on their machine weren't working right. So me being a nice guy, MOAT, I just mail shit all over the country. That's what I do. I set them down my light guns, but that's not a forever plan. So
if you were mailing something to Arcade One Up official, who would you be mailing it to, Kevin?
The front office lady. I think she's the one who signs for him.
Marty.
I'm still trying to figure them out.
That's where all the market research goes.
Patty from accountant gets it, bro.
We'll see. Hold my guns hostage.
Well,
no,
gentlemen,
I got.
I am going to have to go, man. I had tons of fun with you guys. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you, sir.
Good seeing you guys, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you jumping in.
Whoa, D-Love.
Yes, sir.
Where I need 16 digits followed by a sequence of a 3-digit code and 2-month date and years.
We can work out something. We can work out a 4-payment plan or something. I got tons of credit.
Yeah.
There's no shortage. We can work out.
Thanks, Carl, man, for being here, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, Carl.
You,
and until next time, I'll see you on the web.
Thanks, Carl. Sir.
Chat, if y'all are sub to Detroit Love, man, go over there and drop him a subscription, man. He's a good dude, man. He's real chill and passionate about stuff. And he didn't pay me to say that, but now that I might be getting a pinball from him, I'm now going to shill for him for the next 27 seconds.
That's right.
Everybody that's been here that has a channel should be checked out. Good content.
Not everybody. Not everybody.
We got
speaking of people with channels and doing content, Mr. Biggie D. I think you got some content coming here in the near future that people might be interested in. You gonna tease that tonight, or are we just gonna keep that all top secret?
Okay.
Let's see.
Secrets are no fun. Secrets are for everyone.
Unless the rubber breaks.
Oh, well, then that's going to be a secret for at least 3 months.
I just thought you were eating better. That's all.
Yeah. What do you want peanut butter and pickles for? On ice cream?
Oh, my gosh.
That is weird.
We have officially entered the off the rails part of the conversation.
Oh yeah. We're just letting it rock now, man.
Yeah, but no, seriously, thank you to everybody that joined kind of last minute tonight. We just sort of threw this group together, and Mo, you were a big part of that. I really appreciate your helping. Kind of reaching out. And,
all good. I was supposed to be here another day, but it's all good. Listen.
Oh, we're gonna have you back.
I put the rest of my pho in the fridge. You know what I mean? We're cool. I ate. I'm fat. I fed. I'm cool. You know. Now I'm just here for to read the chat and for us to yap for another bunch of minutes that we don't really need to, but because it's the chat. And also, hey, chat. I meant to say this earlier, and now that the thing is actually kind of cleared up, man. Yo, can we start a dollar super chat train for Paul's birthday yesterday? Can we do
Oh,
that?
yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, yo, like, can we?
happy birthday.
Can we do that?
Or we could just sing him happy birthday.
They-
Kevin's
Go
got a
ahead, go ahead,
guitar.
get your Marilyn Monroe on then. Go ahead. Yeah.
and the broadcast has ended.
Golly.
Oh, thanks, man.
All the viewers
That's cool.
numbers, they just go down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, suddenly if we go from 100 to like 3 people and it's just us. No, thanks, Mike. That's cool though. So
No. I mean, like, I didn't know. If I would have known, I would have. Matter of fact.
we're all good. Hey, did you see that comment from Kevin there? I just wanted to point it out. We could really use a Mortal Kombat Supreme there, Arcade 1UP official. If you're listening,
What's Mortal Kombat?
Okay.
Is that a new one?
just saying.
Okay, listen. We have to stop saying.
Man.
We have to just stop saying. Iconic Arcade can pull it off.
Oh, B Kirby. Paul, don't miss the super chat. You'll regret
Oh my
it.
gosh, Bill.
Yeah, B
Jeez.
Kirby just bought
Hey.
you a nice steak dinner for your
Oh,
birthday.
my
Look
word.
at that. You're gonna cry.
Bill,
Hey,
you did not.
Gosh.
You did me the favor of coming on the show last minute when your house is probably a wreck, and now this. Gee, you are gonna make me get emotional or something, man. Crud.
Old
only
man
Paul-
estrogen
it's your
levels.
keg day, bro. You only turn 23 like
Like
9
twice.
times.
That's
But in
funny.
all seriousness, Bill was right there. Like when I was having surgery and stuff, he's like, "Man, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be like this." And he's the kind of guy that'll call you right after a show and just be like, "Hey, man, good show, and proud of what you're doing, whatever." And I can't say enough about Bill. He's a great supporter of this community, just in general.
I never get that feedback after our show.
Bro,
All I
bro,
ever
like-
hear is you look like shit. You sound like an idiot. You have no idea what you're doing. You don't know how to stream a video game. You're
Okay.
fat.
Oh,
Like this is the feedback I receive every single week.
Oh.
And you're getting like love and support, like emotionally stable
Oh, man.
friendships.
Oh, okay,
shit.
Kevin. Let me give you some positive
I'm gonna
affirmation.
go back to hanging out with
Hey,
alcoholics.
console fanboy, thank you,
look
man.
good tonight. You look
We
good
appreciate
tonight.
that.
Your lighting's on point. We can see stuff in your background. Your voice sounds good. You don't have to eat the microphone. You can let it go back for you. Fine. You know what I'm saying?
All sorts of shit.
Yeah. See, like, just find a good thing. You know what I mean? But
God.
Bill's
Sure.
a good guy, man. I wish
Bill is a good
he
guy.
He is. Yeah.
respond to text messages
I
more.
probably wouldn't even be a member on any channels if it wasn't for him.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean-
Bill does. He
He's
does. bless
always
the community,
gifting
man.
memberships.
Hey,
It's true.
watch this. Hey, Bill, I'm gonna go live sometime next week, just for you to come in the chat and for me to just no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm literally joking. Kevin already does that crap in my comments. I'm
I
literally.
do.
But you know what? I
Not
will
you,
take a
Kevin.
moment-
Clark. But yeah, you too.
I'll take a moment to say that there's people like Bill Kirby, all right, that who else is it that's always gifting memberships? And you know what? That's a great thing in the community because there's so much tearing down. It's great to have some encouragement, and that is wonderful encouragement. Even if you don't have a whatever channel, whatever's going on, it makes a big difference.
Bill does do a lot of that. I think we was it Ezekiel and maybe
Yeah.
Israel? I can't remember for sure, but lots of folks recently have done that, and
Yeah.
that's awesome, especially because we're still actively working on real benefits for members. So doing it without even asking for anything, that's
You need a content planner. That's what you need. You need a content planner. I might know a guy who makes a couple content plans for a couple people.
We used to do like an agenda, and like we would think about what we wanted to talk about.
that's true. I did.
That was like the first 3 episodes.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, hey, what are we doing tomorrow?
But those are the best shows though. Like legitimately, the best podcast.
Oh, that 5-hour show is not good.
except for show number 2.
Somebody said,
Show number
I'm
2.
not gonna go 5 hours, but I'm saying literally, it's just okay. We might want to talk about this, and then it goes.
Yeah.
And the good thing is when it's organic, it's great. You can tell I'll say it. I don't care, and it's not about this. Isn't being cocky or anything like that. But when people have such a strict outline that they want to follow, and you can kind of see that they're trying to hit time points and stay under time constraints, whatever else, dude. Sometimes the conversation doesn't get time to develop. It doesn't get time to breathe, and so when you're not letting things breathe, you're cutting people off at the hip, and then you moving on to the next thing and the next thing. When sometimes, bro, we could sit here and talk about how Funyuns are the greatest snack ever, and you might disagree, and then I will give you 11 reasons why you're wrong. But you know what I mean, like, but it's organic conversation, and you and Kevin have that, Paul. It's organic. It's not forced. You can't fake chemistry, and you guys have that. Whereas a lot of shows do not have that.
You're gonna make him cry
Oh,
again.
yeah.
We're
No,
giving
I'm
him
being-
money. You're giving him compliments.
Bro,
like,
I'm being,
no, but you're
I'm
smart.
being honest.
You know what?
And
You know
Paul,
what?
and Paul used to be my number one hater. I am being honest.
There you go.
I couldn't.
Well-
I've been a fan of yours, Moat, for a long time. Even
Now.
when I'd be watching somebody else's show, and I'm just like, Moat's here, and
Now.
Well, I mean, it's all good. Oh,
I'm kidding.
Hey, look at
we
this.
got super chat.
Oh, wait,
Don't miss it.
I gotta catch up. So let me.
Gotta catch up.
Tim York, Dr. Torque,
My
thank
hair
you
is
for the super
rad.
chat because Kevin's
Fresh.
hair, he got it nice and look at that.
Yeah, it's clean, bro.
High and
It's
tight.
fresh. Yeah.
Yes.
Fresh. No fade whatsoever.
I didn't even know I was going to be on tonight, so I just came home, threw on a grubby shirt, and here I am.
It's
That's
cool. I
all.
told people you had to wear pants and be a grown up for. A
Oh,
little
I'm
bit.
not
They
wearing
all-
pants.
Oh,
My
Josh,
man.
so, Josh, we can tell you didn't know you were gonna be on tonight because I was sure about to get at you about that Street Fighter 5 background you got going on right now. Why is my
I don't
man
even know what it
in-
is. I just asked
running
Jim
in
how
the
to make
air? I was about to be on your bumper real quick. You didn't know. I was like, okay.
Dude, no one's jumped on the sale yet. No one's taking
Oh,
Came home
advantage.
Not
with
yet.
my camera, and here I am.
It's gonna be a weekend thing. People got
Yeah.
you can't just roll into bed at 9:30 and be like, honey, I just spent $1,000. Like,
Yeah,
Burnt Arcade, bro. He has a channel and people should go check it out, man. Because he said the exact thing I believe. I prefer my YouTube underproduced. The secret is to make videos that look like they're really underproduced, but they're actually really well done.
that's what Paul and I practice all week.
I do that all the time, bro. It just looks nice. Nope.
Usually the way, but it almost always is like 80% of the time. It's like, okay, we got this idea. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. This is gonna line up. I start doing like maybe a graphic for it, whatever. We talk about it, and then
Much.
48 hours before the show, nope, doesn't work out at all. We gotta
Yeah.
shift gears,
Much.
just do
Yeah,
whatever.
It's too much, bro. It's too much.
Yeah,
Yo, listen,
I
put,
feel you,
put
but
a thumbnail up.
Dre got thank you, by the way.
Tuesday. And by the time Thursday comes around, everything will change, and you'll be like, "Yeah, the show was supposed to be about this, but instead we're just gonna do this and this."
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it afterwards, bro.
I bet you, Paul. Maybe I'm wrong. It feels like 50% of the time. It's like, Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
know.
Yeah, dude, that was a cool thumbnail, but scrap it.
I dread like Tuesday into Wednesday. It's like I gotta text Kevin like, what are we doing? I thought we were gonna do this, and then it's like, yeah, let's do it. And then the next day, nope, not doing that.
Nope. Yeah.
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 So your content is great, Cornercade. I mean, honestly, it's it's exciting.
Corner Cake, giving Corner Cake a shout out. Way to go, Danny.
I'll give him that.
Nope.
I give him points for the hype and the excitement. I can give him credit for that.
We're gonna be honest, because Corner Kate
And he did upgrade his microphone.
and people don't know that I brought Corner Kate into this world. I don't care how much you meet ride Michael B. You and I both know the truth. So if we're gonna be honest for a little bit,
Right.
Danny, Mike is your
Corner Kate.
father.
Here it comes. Strap in.
Strap on.
I didn't say strap on. I knew you were going there.
In the stream. End it. Just wrap it up.
Just right there.
I got stun lock. I got stun lock, bro. Yeah, just wrap it up. All right, but seriously though, man. And I'm just gonna reference one of your videos. I'm going to reference your WWE WrestleFest video, okay? And I'm going to point out some glaring similarities between your review, word for word, bar for bar, with Michael B's review. You have to be yourself, legitimately. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm being honest with you because it's YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, literally, if you put the two videos side by side and you watch them side by side, literally note for note, bar for bar, they hit the same kind of cadence. YouTube is about being yourself. You can be you.
Be you,
without
Danny.
for yourself.
Have you ever seen
I'm
Danny?
just being honest. man. I'm legitimately just being honest with you from a content standpoint. Like that's just being real. Sometimes we gotta do that. Sometimes we gotta tell people like, hey,
Have you ever
whatever else.
seen Danny and Mike B in the same room at the same time, though?
Look,
if we ever hear Mike
you
B
got-
say, "Let's go,"
no,
Just saying.
Moat was just the football coach in the Disney movie, and he just pulled our quarterback Danny to the side. It's the fourth quarter, and he's like, "You just need to believe in yourself, son. You can do
Now,
it,
see,
Danny."
that's giving too much credit. You know
that
what
was
I'm saying?
it's a little nicer, I think. Than
Credit.
hey, did we just turn into a drama channel? Sweet. I hear they do really well.
Oh, it's home arcade. It's all drama
Oh,
all the
it's
time.
by default, I guess.
No, I'm just what I'm saying is when he came into the different space, when he came into the space, he was thirsty, he was hungry, he was trying different things. And it's just like, yo, everybody, if we're all the same, there's nothing that separates us. You know what I mean? And then there's no difference between watching this video and watching that video.
Look at
That's
this,
what I'm
coming
saying.
in.
I heard him accidentally say thirsty. So Danny, I think he's saying you need more thirst traps. Is that what you're going for, Mo? Danny,
that's not what I'm
Danny, you need to start putting out the thirst traps, brother. You know, give Mo something he's got to click on. He's like, oh, what's that? Thirst
okay.
trap.
Hold on.
100.
Hold on, Kevin. This is your show. I don't want you getting in trouble because if I respond to this comment, it is going to be some smoke in the city.
Oh, my goodness.
The
there a thirst trap?
The only difference is Danny was a real one and bought the machine.
Bought the machine.
Well, are we which machine are we talking about? I'm assuming we're talking about WrestleFest.
WrestleFest,
I'm assuming,
right? Yeah.
Is that the machine that we are currently speaking of?
I think so.
Danny bought the WrestleFest.
He is okay. So Danny is a real one because he bought the WrestleFest.
He bought the WrestleFest.
So we're gonna let's just so we're clear and we do the math and Paul, you can verify this because you've been around my channel for years. So we can go back to the beginning and we can look at all of the money that was spent giving to Arcade One Up for their various products, for everything else, to trips taken out to into cover stuff. Danny is a real one because he bought WrestleFest, and Danny has bought a bunch of products. Correct. There's nothing wrong with that because it is your product. You are pushing your thing, whatever else, right? And I know Arcade One Up official. You were somebody new behind the account, so I will respect your comment. However, I will say this: you might want to pay attention to all the people in the space that you're trying to attempt to throw shade upon, because those people are the ones that help influence those people to buy your products.
Sounds like
And I don't need to,
fluent.
and I don't need to be sent a review cabinet to switch my opinion up 180 and to make it sound good. Like other people.
That's never happened in this space. Never, ever.
Oh.
Not. The sarcasm is thick.
Gosh,
I
it's getting heavy in here. My
Bill,
goodness.
my word. Speaking of heavy, geez, you didn't have to. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm.
Oh, well, Bill, hey, man. Bill's a good dude, man. That's what's up, man. Look, you both can have dinner.
About your wife's steak. There you go.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
What a man.
that's just
What a
great,
guy.
man. Bill, thank you.
Always Bill's showing love everywhere, man. Like, I mean, how many channels you jump in and Bill's just in the chat, just showing love, never stirring the pot, just sharing it, man. What a good guy.
But it's not even just once, kind of like, I made a statement, I'm a good guy. It's just like, no, it's genuine because he does it over and over, and it's not just like preference one person or whatever. It's people he likes and cares about. It's
just in the community, spreading positivity.
yeah, wow.
Well, and I'm preaching to the choir per se, but it's such a small community, and whenever someone says something that's not very edifying about others, I mean, it makes it right back to them because it's a very small community. It may feel like it's a big community, but it's really not. It's the same people in the same channels and the same chats.
Yeah.
So the onus is on us to be kind to each other and to encourage each other because
Agreed.
at the end of the day, we want these companies to survive. It's not necessarily that we want to blow sunshine or something, but we want companies to survive, and we want companies to come into this space and make new products. We want to be real with criticisms for different things whenever they come out, but we also need to extend grace to those products whenever they might fall short. But at the same time, we do need to realize that it is a small community, and we need to encourage each other more, instead of tearing each other down, because you don't want to be.
Well, and what I want to see a little bit more of, in my short time in this space, right? It seemed like it was always just like the number of people that were getting doing the reviews and all. It seemed like it was a very limited group. And I would really encourage, I've put out my email address 1,000 times now. If you got a YouTube channel and you're in the space, you're looking to create content and you've got a unique perspective or whatever, there's no longer this rule that like these are the two guys that get to do reviews. Like, you reach out, you want to do a review, like, let's talk about it. I want to see honest reviews, but I want to see different opinions too, so if there's a product now, we don't have to pretend that like people don't offer to do reviews because they like a game, right? Like if you're excited for Double Dragon, you're like, man, Kevin, I could really do a Double Dragon review. Like, I'm usually getting a couple thousand views here. This is how big my channel is. And if you're going to do a legit job, reach out, let's talk about it. I would love to start seeing, Moat's doing his work with Street Fighter. I'd really like to just see all the different opinions, right? Like, it not in a shilly way, but just let's get that sort of diversity of thought, that diversity of opinion out here, instead of hearing the same people all the time. It's all right. You only laugh when I'm speaking, but it's not.
The comments only come in when you say it. No, literally, I'm reading Stanzy's comment. They only come in when you're speaking. I swear.
He's having a moment. This was the time of the show that he was ready to shine, and he was
There's something though I've noticed in some reviews.
Kevin was speaking true. Absolutely.
No, I do. I remember when that seemed to happen a lot more, probably like a year or so ago, where it was like, I was like, guys are just doing a whole video by looking at a Walmart listing. Like,
yeah.
But hey, guys, so one thing I have noticed that reviewers tend to do, and I won't mention anybody or anything or point in anybody's direction, but when you're reviewing something, don't be afraid to call out its flaws or its weaknesses too. Like I was
100%.
asking Long earlier, like, what do you think the first thing that's going to go is? Because that's something that would be in the back of my mind. But also, just have you ever gotten that interview question where it's like, what do you think your weakness is, your biggest weakness? And then you're like, my biggest weakness is I followed the rules too well.
I work too hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't balance my personal life in a healthy way.
When you're reviewing a cabinet, you don't want to get that answer. You want, don't just say the cabinet is so good, that's his weakness. Find what's going on with it, because you are influencing people who are going to be spending their hard-earned money on it. I remember back whenever I was looking at my arcade one-ups or what I was buying, I remember looking at the videos, and you may not realize how much you're influencing somebody in that small space, but your videos may sway somebody to spend their hard-earned money, right?
Bro,
yeah.
Especially in these times, bro.
The negative thing,
Like literally, I left. We went out the house this morning, and gas was like $3.19. Came back tonight, gas is $3.49, bro. Like everything is going up. So like, dude, money is finite, bro. So if you're gonna spend your money on a product, you want to get the best bang for your buck. You want to know what you're getting into. That's why I always tell everybody, you watch 3 reviews. Watch a review from somebody big, watch a review from somebody small, and you watch a review from somebody that you trust. You combine the 3 into one cohesive opinion, and then you have a complete view on whatever the product is. That's kind of why I told Kevin, I was like, dude, you don't make content, but you should do a review as a casual person who just is playing the gimmick, to give you his outtake on it, his outlook, because his is going to be completely different than mine is. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just, it's what it is. It's like you want to hear from people that you consider like they're talking to you like they're a buddy, like who has somebody in your best interest, not somebody who's like pushing this product, but like, yo, hey, here, You like this light here? It's great. It does 6,600 lumens, and if you hold the button on, it'll light up for an hour. Sorry about that, y'all. You know what I mean? But
Wow.
yeah, like, bro, like, you want somebody to be honest with you, especially because, dude, I can tell you a couple orange juice is great, bro. But if it's got pulp in it, it sucks, in my opinion. You might like pulp, but you know what I mean? Like, that's just reality, man.
Yeah.
It's reality.
Well,
I was really hoping there was going to be like a funny comment while you were going on your rant, because I was going to laugh so loud, and the chat is just like, "Yes, Father Moat, speak to us." Like, we're all listening.
Bro, no, it's not even
It's
like that.
like
It's
I
not
start
like-
talking, and people are like, "I'm a stand-up comedian. Listen to this shit."
So what you're saying is I shouldn't read the chat. Dude.
No, I think it's just like my follow-ups I get from everybody after the show. I get no love, no respect here. That's all it is. It's all right. It's all right, guys. I'm fine.
After the show, everybody's gonna be like, "Paul, that was a really good episode. One of your arms is bigger than the other."
Kevin, did you get fatter since last week? Who's the fat guy with Paul?
Mike.
No, you don't get that in here. You don't get that.
oh,
Not on this channel. No, I'm the fat dude on this channel, son.
Man.
You're the one who lost all the weight.
Bro, look, the job's not done, bro. But that's what I'm saying. See,
You're the skin on this channel. You're the skinny guy. It's like, man, look how much weight Moat lost. Who's the fat fuck with Paul?
but see, that's the thing, though. Like, anybody who's been around, dude, Paul has seen me at my heaviest. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, he has seen, like, bro, like, listen, y'all don't understand. Look, I like making content, but sometimes you got to make life choices for yourself, bro, so you can be around and make content, whatever else, right? Dude, that's what I'm doing, bro. Like, that's literally all I'm doing. Do you know how hard it is for me to make content right now and just be like legitimately, like, it's not a struggle because it's hard. It's a struggle because I feel like I get distracted. You know, it's the race. It's that feel of being in that cycle. I don't particularly mind it. It's just I don't want to focus on it. So I'm just having fun. So y'all are getting shorts. Y'all are getting whatever else, right? Because it's fun again.
Yeah.
But when something's not fun again, I don't want to stop. Like this is fun, bro. Like I can do this all day. You know, in my Chris Evans voice. Yeah, I know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like it's just I don't wake up and I'm just like, yeah, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to make this video about this and I got to click everybody. No, bro. Because I don't want to put out content like that. I don't want to see anybody else put content like that. So Kevin, nobody's really calling you fat. And if a person calls you fat, bro, I want them to show me their picture right now. Because it's especially if you're a big dude like me, bro, you can't be a big dude calling another big dude fat. That's against the rules. That's like against.
I thought there was a code once I crossed.
Right.
Call it fat, Paul.
No.
I thought after your
Not do
weight
that.
had a 2 in front of it that like people put some respect on it, but no, apparently not.
Right.
Apparently not.
Bro, it's the internet, bro.
Yeah, you know that's the problem. We got too many little people running around. Ain't been slapped in the teeth in a while. That's the problem, though. That's why you didn't go around talking.
Yo, Paul, make him big screen so we can say that again.
No.
I'm just gonna clip it.
That'll be the short. That'll be
That's
the
gonna be
short.
the short I'm gonna. He doesn't know what short I'm gonna produce every week. He just grabs something random. That'll be
you
the
always
one.
Yeah. But
You always
bro,
find the one
yeah,
where I
bro.
sound like I have all the extra chromosomes. Like it's always me speaking real slow and like making a point, but I just hear it. I'm just like, my gosh, like my parents aren't related. Why do you make me sound like this?
What did you say? Kevin gets up drinking his coffee in the morning. Oh, what did Paul put up on the channel today?
It's always like I'm being sarcastic, making some point. It's like, and that's how MSRP works. I'm like, I talk like 200 words a minute. You pick the one where it took me 30 seconds to say 4 words. Hate you.
I never clip myself because of the same reason. So it's yeah.
No, but see that's not fair because you have to clip yourself. Like if you're gonna dish it, yo, you have to clip yourself too.
I have no information worth hearing. It's all Kevin's. That's the problem.
No shit. Arcade. Who is Arcade 1UP official? The world will never know.
I just assume it's somebody who hasn't been around for a while. And you know what I'm saying, that comment wasn't meant to disparage earlier. It's just being honest, man. Like,
well, I mean, basic fun just purchased Arcade 1-Up.
well,
So
right,
like,
and
what's your definition of a WoW, right?
What I'm
It wasn't a transfer.
Listen,
That's what you're saying.
right,
Like, it's not
no,
someone who's been like an Arcade 1-Up for like 30 years.
Exactly. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They're just doing their job. I respect it. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But when you say stuff like that, it's just you kind of you're diminishing other people. You know what I mean? I think that's the part where I'm just like, bro or sis, don't do that. That's not cool. You know what I mean?
Well, you jump in the community, you jump in the chats. Like, there's pros and there's cons. There's a learning curve, and then, as someone said, eventually you got to go down the YouTube rabbit hole and figure out what everybody's skeletons are, so you can judge them and pretend you're perfect. And then you got to go on your show and be awesome.
Hey, actually, I do have a question. If Arcade One Official's still here, why did y'all pull down the whole Arcade 1-Up Home World Championship Series that myself and Travis put together so that I couldn't at least get the download and I didn't get a heads up? Because gosh darn it, that was 9 weeks of work.
Oh man,
that was 9 weeks of work. No, I had there were people in the online arcade Discord asking where the videos went, and I didn't know anything about it until it was brought to my attention. And I was like, what? And then I go look and it's gone. And I'm just like, is there a reason for that? You know what I mean? Because it's nothing controversial. It's just literally just people competing for the Arcade 1-Up World Championship. So I'm actually curious why that happened, so I can give them an answer. But it's all good.
Who's the fella on the bottom left?
My left or your left?
See, if it would have been me, they'd be like, "Who's the chunky guy up top?" Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's switch them around.
Yeah, I just want to be able to point people in the direction and give them an answer, because again, I heard about it and I'm just like, oh.
Hey, he replied back, just doing some housekeeping. Send him an email.
I'd love to if I know where to direct it.
Send it to me. Send it to me. I'll send it to them.
All right. Well, then I have Kevin's email.
Yeah, everyone does. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Whole kid. No, Kevin. See, that's your fault. When you start getting spammed with HelloFresh offers, I don't want to hear nothing.
It's great. I love taking the security training every 3 months because I get so much crap email. It's the best.
Oh my Lord. Oh man.
Someone asking, is Wonderland going to be at Home Depot? I have the button turned on. It just has to go through someday.
Oh,
someday. If the Home Depot's got a little bit more of a negotiation the way they work. So if they pick it up, it'll be there. You can use your Home Depot card. Tell your wife that your fridge was $1,000 more than it really was, and that it came with a free pinball machine. I support that.
You end up bringing home a mini fridge. It's all crappy, and she's like, "This cost $1,800," and you're like, "Money just doesn't go as far as it used to, honey."
Yeah, we're at war. You know what I mean? So,
bro, tell me, I was literally in Best Buy yesterday, and I literally saw a fridge, just a fridge, with a pull out and whatever else, right? $2,700.
Oh,
no tablet on it, nothing, just a glass panel that you can see inside. Not Samsung or whatever else, dude. I think it was like GE, and I just looked at this fridge like, y'all playing. And then the next one next to it was $3,400.
Jeez.
And it makes special ice balls, and I'm like, I don't know nobody that's worth me making a circle ice ball.
I'm never gonna move. Never gonna buy appliances. Never gonna like at this rate. I
think I'm just gonna dig a hole through my basement floor and make a root cellar.
Wow,
bro!
If there's any young kids in the audience, you might have to Google what that is. Your grandma might not have had one, but for all those over 50, they know what I'm talking. I haven't heard anything about getting back into stools. That's a whole other thing.
I came up. Was it last episode or one before? Because we had like a little poll about that, little survey, whatever. And
some of the stools do all right. Some of them don't. It's kind of a crapshoot.
Let me guess. Pac-Man does well.
Actually, yeah, Pac-Man does really well as a stool.
Can I ask the chat a legit question? Do you guys really want stools? When y'all saw the stools were like $100 to $160, y'all really want stools back?
Dude, don't talk about my pricing algorithm, Moat. It'll just keep going up until the last one sells.
And the MSRP was $500 the last time we checked.
Yeah, I'll do that. It went wild. It went wild on this. For a while, I was just like, someone bought a Pac-Man stool for $183? That's nuts. But that's the beauty of capitalism, my friend.
We did actually run a survey both on Facebook and I think on our channel, and it was not about a third of the respondents actually wanted stools. About a third said no, just focus on something else. So I wouldn't call it overwhelming. There's people, but I wouldn't say they're knocking down any doors.
Like
No.
if the stools were like cool stools, like nice little comfortable stools, and they all didn't feel like pleather or whatever else, yeah, maybe. If they didn't break out the box or something like when you're selling them, yeah, maybe do. I just don't. You might as well just buy a chair. Start making chairs. There you go. Okay, went up. Start making bar chairs. Like the Killer Instinct will just make.
I don't know. I've got a stool. My fat ass blew it out. That seam just like ripped right along the side. You can see the foam in it.
So what you're saying is you need 2 stools, one for each
One for each cheek.
one for each side.
That's right.
It's weight distribution. It's
Oh,
math.
that's not nice.
It's not. Nice.
That's not nice, Paul.
But an
Yeah,
idea.
I was, I lost 50 pounds last year. It's like 48, right? I'm rounding up, but
Hey, listen. Loss is
I can understand the struggle.
That's
Get
right.
it?
A good idea with the stools though would be to make a modular stool, maybe like since the top part just attaches to the metal, maybe just make different covers or
Just
something,
sell
and
the
then
tops or something.
yeah, and just sell the tops. But speaking of Pac-Man, I bought like 2 of those Pac-Man stools. I don't think it was retail. I think I got it off of Woot. They were like $35 a piece.
Oh, no, that's not a bad. Yeah, that's a good deal then.
Dude, what
See
do you
that?
need stools?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Hey, chat. Here, I'm gonna look out for y'all right now. While also in Best Buy, I fought the urge not to buy a big buck hunter for $119.99. Now,
119.
119. Hold on.
Was it open box?
$119.99. No.
Just resell
They
it.
were, they, they were going. So you can't do it you can't order it on the app. Do not do it on the app or the website. You have to actually go in the store and order the cabinet, but they will order you a big buck hunter deluxe for $119.99. The
Whoa.
only caveat is they have to ship it to their store and you have to pick it up. I told PD7, he didn't say nothing in the video. I gave you time, Phil. I gave you time. So I'm telling y'all, if you want to go pick
Wow.
yours up, go to Best Buy tomorrow, put that order in for $119.99. You're welcome. Because I was sure gonna buy a couple. I was sure gonna buy a couple and flip them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, what I mean? Listen, I like
That-
money, but
If that's a real thing, you're gonna want to do it because
I'm
it's
dead
gonna be real short term. I don't know
Yeah.
anything, but if I
I'm
did,
dead serious.
I would say
Sounds like a
if-
mistake.
no, it's
the
not.
price
No,
is
it's not.
right.
It's not a mistake. I'm just saying you might want to
Wow.
do that sooner rather than later because
Yeah, because I
I don't
flirted with
know.
it. I looked
I
at it.
think
I
that's
literally
the
was
wink,
like,
wink we're getting.
Wow.
yeah,
That's.
no, I'm just being honest.
I mean, I
I literally was like, dude, like I went in there to go look for something else, and I was like, oh, really? Just happened to go over there and look, and I was like, oh, the price tag does say 119. You got them in store? No. It's like, but we can order them and you can have it shipped here. And I'm like, bet, because he told me he was gonna do it in the app, and I was like, I'll do it when I get home. I was just thinking, I was like, if I really want to spend the money on it,
Hey, which one was it? Was it the mossy oak or was it the?
just the regular blue deluxe. It's five. It was originally $5.99. It's that one, but yeah, I mean, dude,
for a
it's a
deluxe
big
though.
buck hunter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a big buck hunter.
Jeez.
Like, yeah,
You
what I mean?
know,
Again,
I saw someone's mod that they did with it, and I'm sure I'm probably just way behind on things, but yeah, they had their. I guess they had added a TV to it, and I mean the way they had it fit up there, it looked nice, but they were
Yeah.
able to, increase the
Yeah.
size of
Yeah, you
the
could do that.
with
yeah,
the.
there's all kinds of stuff you could do to it, but yeah. So, like I said, I gave Phil a chance. He didn't say anything, so now I'm telling y'all because again, I thought about being nefarious and just buying a couple and flipping them, but I figured, dude, you guys can use it more than I do. Like, all it's gonna do is sit in my house and make me mad.
Yeah,
So
seriously.
if you guys want one, go have at it, bro.
That's a smoking deal if you can get it. That's like back in the Ollie's days of
Right. Almost down to the $50 cabinets, and that's
So
what
if
I'm
we
saying.
were speaking hypothetically, what do you think would be the reason that it would be that cheap? If anyone had any input on that.
If only there was someone in this call right now on this show that potentially could have a read on why this is going on.
If they had a hypothetical, just an opinion, what would
This is the time when Kevin pretends his screen's just frozen and he's lost his Wi-Fi.
So we got a chat in here from Israel Gaming. So Kevin just saying Paul should have gotten one of those iconic arcade cabs too. He's earned it. You know what? But you know what? This is the thing, guys. Like Paul, there's a dichotomy here. Part of the reason why y'all like him and why the channel has some form of authenticity, Paul doesn't take anything from the brands.
That's part of my
Paul,
part of my shtick.
That's part and parcel why Paul and I are together doing the show, because no one can accuse me of bribing Paul with machines.
That's
and
true.
Everybody knows what my point of view is. So everything's out in the open. Paul buys every single one of these machines. I've seen Paul's order. It's in there. It's his money. You know, when that machine goes in that spot right there, those were Paul's.
Oh, is that where it's going?
Yeah, that's why that spot's there.
Right there. That's where the golden tee was. I've measured it, remeasured it. That's the spot. Yeah.
So you know that's kind of part. That's part of the reason. Like I said, that's why Paul and I kind of got together and started doing the show, because it's like, look, we need to be able to have an unbiased, clear way to be able to speak about these things. You know, we could still. I don't want to I'll still promote stuff. I always say at every show, I want you to buy everything that I've got, right? But for the review, I'm going to say like, hey, you know, MOAT, I'm probably not going to do too many reviews because I don't think my review matters for diddly. I have a very strong bias. I need all these machines to do well.
And I'm not either, so it doesn't make sense for the brand to send me anything, because I'm not going to review it, because I can't. It would come off as biased every single time, and my it wouldn't work for my brand anyway. Plus, for me to be able to effectively advocate for the community, which I see as my role in all of this, I got to be in the same place that everyone else is. So if I'm in line to get the iconic and waiting on the boat to show up at the port, I want to be right there with everybody else waiting on the boat to show up at the port. So that's my deal.
But see, the cool thing about Paul is we can share stuff with him and be like, hey, there's this, and this. Like I can only speak for myself, dude. I didn't know anything about it. And then it happened, and it only was like $500, fine, whatever. I don't care about money. Money can be made and lost. I don't care about that, right? But it's more for the love of the game. It's more for the love of Street Fighter, more of giving you guys information so that you can make informed decisions, so that Kevin in turn can go sell more units and whatever else. And so that way I can get me a new Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Yep, I'm putting it out there right now, bro. I'm being selfish because gosh darn it, there's stuff I want. There's stuff I need to happen, and gosh darn it, one way or the other, it's gonna happen. But no, seriously though, like for me, it's just I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It was a chance to put on the professional hat, bro, and be like, you know what, we can make some real cool content out of this. We can do some stuff and be kind of professional. Like, bro, like how many? Let's be real. How many people are opening components and putting them inside of a light box, bro, and breaking them down and being like, hey, this
Earning
is,
it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like. Yeah, it's great, man, and I genuinely want people to have cool stuff. Like that's how I feel about it, bro. I've always wanted people to have cool stuff. So
you know what gets us in trouble sometimes, MOAT? It's called, what is it? It's a zero sum game. What is it they call it? Where if you have something, then that means I don't have it. If somebody has this, then I don't have it. And so it turns into this competition thing, when in truth, we all should just be encouraging each other, going, you know what? That's great. You know, buy some more. I don't know. Like, we don't have to tear each other down for their different likes.
Yeah, well, and we all bring something different to the party too. That's what I think is so fun about this. Like when we started the channel, it was never about trying to, do whatever to be competitive. It was just about, well, let's run in parallel and do something that maybe nobody else is doing, because we have a perspective that we can bring. We have information. We have, a sort of, this voice with a real buyer that we never had before. And if I can chat with Kevin in a real way as a member of the community, and maybe have some other people from time to time, awesome. How often do you get a chance to talk to a buyer of some of your favorite products?
Exactly. That's literally what I was saying, dude.
And and I watch a lot of the shows. I mean, like I said, there's creators in the chat right now who also have their own shows and they do their own thing, and everyone's got their own spin. And I mean, I'm not gonna call people out by name, but I think there might be a few people in here who might have some some Wonderland Amusements, hitting the channels soon. You know what I mean? And it's
Wait, I
not
didn't
that
get-
hard. It's not that hard to get in touch with me and have a conversation and say like, hey, I'm interested in this, I'm interested in that. Can I get a shot at it? Like, especially some of these guys who have a little bit smaller channels. I want to give them a shot. If there's only 3 or 4 people are able to do a review, maybe you normally only get a couple hundred views, but if you've got one of the only 3 reviews, that can help your channel out. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's fun.
I have my hand up to ask a question.
I was waiting for a joke. I tried to ramble. Still no jokes.
No, bro. No. I'd like to play the bad guy and gatekeep certain people because they need to be gatekept. And yeah. No, I'm
Who
just
should be
kidding. I'm
gatekept?
literally joking. Huh?
I thought you were going to actually start dropping names here.
No, that was the sarcasm.
No, that was sarcasm. Dude, listen, no. Whether good or bad, bro, everybody, rising tides raise all ships, man.
That's
Like,
right.
I would never gatekeep somebody like that, bro. But that's the way it should be. And I respect that. Why am I fool? I'm ugly, bro. Put Josh there. Don't put me there.
You had a point to make. It was
I did.
you made a point.
But no, seriously though, like I think that's what it's about. Like, give people opportunities, and you give them a chance to see what they do with it and what they don't. You know what I mean? Yeah. And honestly, y'all should be thankful to Kevin, bro, because legitimately, I haven't had the desire to make home arcade content. Legitimately, and now it's in me where I'm just like, oh, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, and it's not because I have a product. It's because I'm actually genuinely enjoying it. Because y'all remember back, for those who've been around back in the day, y'all remember I was on content.
You were
like that,
yeah,
dude. You've been cranking them out. Not like normal, but like the content wise, you've been cranking them out over the past week. Like every time I look up, my recommendations like, oh, MOAT wants to
content plan. I legit have a content plan. Yeah. Like I said, some people might be in the chat and they know. There's some people who aren't in the chat right now, dude. I write content plans for people like, hey, so you can do this, and this. Whether they want to admit to a public or not my call. I don't care. You know what I mean? But when I'm enjoying something, I'm enjoying it. And right now I'm having fun. And for me, that's the biggest thing, because you can tell in the content when somebody's having fun and they're genuinely enjoying themselves, because you can see that reflect in the content. You know what I mean? Whether it's me almost breaking my finger on pushing a machine or jokes, like, bro, like, as long as you're having fun, dude, that's what it's about. That's the most authentic content you can get. It's it's YouTube, not whatever else. Plus, if this man can give me an opportunity, bro, you never know who deserves or should get an opportunity to blow you away with what they're doing. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you don't need the status quo. Sometimes you need Joe Schmo to come out and knock your socks off. That's just reality.
Well, you said before, some of these guys come in, they're hungry. They want to do something with their channel. It's like, well, here's the thing. Go do something. Go do something. Let's see what you got. You know what I mean? And whatever. And at the end of the day, if that means a couple guys get a couple free units, I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about doing good.
Money back.
The house always wins, Moat. The house always wins.
That's what I tell people all the time, bro.
House always wins. Nate, I will ship both of those boxes immediately to Josh Dendy.
There you go. Didn't specify.
Just kidding. That plan.
No, we'll take care of you, Nate. If you have any problems, you know how to get a hold of me.
Thank you, Nate. Appreciate that.
Also, Neil Severe, you see this now? Look, that's not.
I saw that.
That's kind of hard now. Bro.
I saw that. Yeah. I just
No
appreciate Neil Severe being here. Going back to the
Ashwagandha chat. Good for stress.
Yeah. And for the hardness.
Yep.
Yeah.
MOAT is stronger than most people. What you bench?
Recently?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, by myself without a spotter? Gosh, I want to say 285, 290. Without a spotter. I don't know, bro.
MOAT's the kind of guy who takes in all the groceries on the first trip.
Bro, listen, that is a man law. If you are not taking in all the groceries and your fingers do not look like you just got out the shower carrying stuff, bro,
That's
you're not
right.
doing it right. That is an unwritten man law.
All
bro.
that you should be able to see are your fingertips, and they should be purple.
Yeah,
Well,
dude, yeah.
or whatever. You know, I'm just speaking for my melanin content. Maybe someone else it's not purple. I don't know. I'm not here to judge.
Kevin, the answer is bodies. I bench press bodies. That's why my indie wrestling photos on freaking iStock. I bench press bodies. Okay, like 300 plus people, dude. Bodies, right? There's your answer, bro. But
I think Arcade One Up Official has us beat.
I benched 2 Supreme arcades at the office.
Oh, but which
But,
2? Are they
are you-
unreleased? Are they new titles?
Are you curling them? That's the better. You know what I'm saying? Are you?
Arcade One Up. I you know I know who you are, and when he says he's benching 2 of them, I think he means those little ones, the $20 Johns. He can do 2 of those at once, but like don't come in here flexing.
Went out core arcades and being like, yeah, you know.
No, that would be the big one. That would be a PR. That'd be the PR. No, I'm talking about like the little Tetrises. They're like, are they Sonic?
No, the Miss Pac-Man, bro. She's gobbling balls and they got weight. Oh my gosh, I said that out loud.
Goblin Ball. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're just gonna clip that one.
Pause. Get ahead.
Hey, was that a Quarter Arcades Burger Time?
Yeah, it was.
Can you hold that up? I'd like to see that. Oh, cool.
It's just a gimmick. It's just a gimmick. It's nothing.
I mean, I'm
It's
not.
It's just a gimmick.
Yeah, it's cool though.
It's really
Yeah,
cool.
it's smooth. This would be nice in an actual cabinet. Like, fun fact, dude, I used to love this game on the NES. Like, I never really got to play in the arcade, but I
Yeah.
played Mess Out List with my uncle, dude, on the NES, and this is an amazing game. Like,
Is it
legit.
fun? I've heard of it. I've never played it.
You never played Burger Time?
Yeah, Burger Time.
I just said that. What are you?
Burger Time
Yeah.
is my Cuber.
You know
man.
the
I love Burger Time.
dude, it's freaking great, man. Legitimately, it's the tech, bro. Like, if you know the tech, it's awesome.
So you
shit.
never had the Arcade One Up version? You didn't when that was it with the riser? I guess.
I didn't.
You know
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
had
talking
a
about?
riser. Yeah, they
Yeah,
had a-
but you never had that one, Mike.
no.
No. Okay.
No. Because I was focused when Burger Time came out. I think that was around when they decided, Arcade One Up decided to put out a couple fighters. So they put out like Mortal Kombat 2 and then Marvel Superheroes, and then they put out it wasn't Simpsons because Simpsons was Wave 3 Turtles. Those are the 3 I chose over Burger Time. And Golden Axe. I didn't choose Golden Axe either. But yeah, so
I think there's still a market for people looking for used, gently pre-owned Burger Times.
Yeah.
yo,
Certain titles that always seem to come up, like Tron and
Century.
yeah.
Neo, I said the same thing. I legitimately said
Yes.
the same thing. I am gassed for that cabinet because of Third Strike. Legitimately, all I've been doing on that cabinet is playing Third Strike.
Why wasn't that the
Okay.
marquee title? That's what I want to know. And I like the art on that. I mean, not that I don't like the art on Alpha, but Third Strike, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why when I was like, dude, this was market. Like, I wouldn't have Street Fighter Alpha 2 or Zero 2, whatever you want to call it, do whatever you want to go with. That's fine. Third Strike, that's a whole different thing. But the thing that leaves the door open for is that they can make a cabinet and then just make a Third Strike cabinet and be like, this is the marquee title.
I
You know,
think that
kind of
would
like how
sell.
like how Arcade One Up used to back in
So
the
the
day.
next production run, I should do like a survey poll, and what we'll do is the survey will have all of the Street Fighter titles and every variant possible for the artwork, and 60 people will vote.
you have, but you have to,
And they'll all be even answers. 2 for this one, 2 for this one, 2 for
all the
Use
U.S.
your email.
all U.S. You have to make sure they're all U.S. Just be clear. All the U.S. specific titles. You have to do that. That's a joke. I'm kidding. I'm being facetious. Y'all,
Yeah.
calm down, bro. Don't get out.
Yeah, you know where that came from. 0.
Calm down, bro.
Yeah. No, but Third Strike would have been a great looking cab.
It's still. I believe it still could be. So I am.
John, do it. John, do a Third Strike cab. Do a Third
Oh
Strike
well,
cab.
then I ain't got to say nothing. Then all right then.
The people are talking. Let's do a Third Strike cab.
Yeah, I'd cancel my order and buy that one. Yeah.
And it plays.
But
and
don't do it yet. Wait till all the orders have shipped.
But yeah.
Wait till all the Alpha 2s have shipped out, and then do a third strike cab.
Oh, would that be something?
You know, mad people.
Oh, that'd be hard.
They'll be pissed.
Do it as a Christmas special. Like bring it back. Kind of like, oh, it was never coming back. But we're gonna bring it back as a limited edition, whatever, 200 units.
So your goal is to actively get me to spend money. Okay, cool. Watch this.
That's
Hey,
how it works.
remember you were just saying 702 seconds ago about people needing. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Josh, what the monstrosity is going on with your
We
background?
did a super limited run. There's only 20.
Oh,
I need 20 people who are willing to review this cab. Maybe next year, SF3. There you go.
You know what?
Maybe
You know
next
what would
year.
actually? You know what would actually be really cool? And I guess this is the TO and me talking, bro. I would love if Iconic Arcade did. You know what I'm saying? Did well. I can't even say it's Arcade 1-Ups model because myself and Travis came up with it. So I got the 7-page document before anybody says you didn't. Anyway, run a tournament. Legit, I think if they do like, if there's leaderboards and stuff on these cabinets, right? You take like the top 16 players or the top 32 players on there, right? And you let them all compete online or something, let's say, right? And then have that be like a one-of-one cabinet that they could win, like an Iconic
Like a
Arcade.
gold-plated cabinet.
Right. Like that would actually be sick.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like just a
bragging rights.
one of, yeah, exactly. Bragging rights. A 1-of-1, dude. Like that'd be kind of dope. Like
Oh,
legitimately.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I
I'm
can't
gonna
say
have
that's
to
a
get
bad
good
idea.
at Giga Wing. That's all I know. Can't be dying twice in the first 30 seconds, then just expected to be flawless all the time.
You can be proven wrong.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like this background has the arms coming out of my ear.
That just adds to it, I think.
Wow.
Somehow feels right.
Out of your
Not
ears.
wrong.
Your listening is strong.
That's why he's a moderator.
Wah.
Well, Kevin Clausen said he wants some new tittles. So if we can get on the tittles.
Some tittles.
I mean, don't
I
we
saw
all?
you correct it, but you said tittles first, and we're going
Gesundheit.
with it.
So a lot. It's an all male audience for them, pretty much.
Hey, we don't know that. Let's not make assumptions.
I said pretty much. I'll go. I'll give
Shout
him two.
out to the ladies watching in the chat, man. Listen,
Absolutely.
we know y'all don't want to speak, man. You know what I'm saying? It's scary out
fair.
there, dude. You know what I
Fair.
mean?
Yeah.
They're here.
Shout out
They're here for the feet picks. They come out after hour 4.
Oh shoot, we're in hour 3. What are we doing?
Taking off our shoes. That's what.
Yeah, you slide
Getting ready.
off. Alexa,
Getting
play
ready.
that.
Got to get some
play the
lotion
theme.
on them. Get them nice and shiny under these lights. I like to comb the Hobbit hair nicely to the right. Give it a nice little foot comb over.
Took a while, but I finally got the YouTube short I'm running with.
You know the good thing about shorts? They're 9x16, which will mean it'll just be that quadrant.
That's right. Gotta crop it right there.
We are sick, Josh. We are
Move.
sick.
There we go.
Oh,
This first time Arcade 1-Up official stayed into the third hour. It gets weird.
He's not gonna after that. Jeez.
No, I'm gonna hear about this.
Pretty sure it's past his bedtime too.
I'm sorry that you're gonna get in trouble, bro.
They're just wondering what in the world is going on.
I mean, aren't we all? This is what
I
happens.
Signed up
I
for
figured
it.
it's 11 o'clock Eastern, bro. So technically it's after 11 o'clock. All the 17 and the youngers are supposed to be in bed, dude. So we can have adult talk. It's not like we're talking about like Metamucil or something like that. You know what I mean?
Dude,
still
I drink
trying
that
to
every
imagine.
morning religiously. If you're not starting your day off with a glass of Metamucil, I don't know why you're choosing to be grumpy. It'll make you feel great.
That needs to be a clip too.
This show brought to you by Metamucil. Speaking of stool samples, do you try Metamucil to start your day?
Well, we started with Qbert, and I feel like we could end with.
I think we could just end. I don't think we need a closer.
Just flip the switch. It's just over.
Everyone
just
should go to bed.
the abrupt end. Just the abrupt end. It's lost.
That feels right.
All right.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you
indeed.
guys. Hi, bye, cookies. Hit the like.